Chapter 126. Boom. Suddenly, extremely powerful energy erupted from a small island in the distance. Frisia transforms again. This guy, what a terrifying energy! Piccolo said in a deep voice. It's about to come out. It must be a very scary monster. Clin trembled all over. Dende, please, heal Vegeta quickly. Son Gohan said. Dende also felt that the situation was not good, so he quickly flew up and flew towards the direction where Vegeta was. Soon, Dende healed Vegeta's injuries. Vegeta stood up and kicked Dende to the ground. You're lucky I didn't kill you. Vegeta snorted, you kept dithering. You almost killed me just now. The next moment, Frisia's figure gradually appeared in front of everyone. Frisia has become smaller and more dainty. Everyone present was a little surprised and shocked after seeing Frisia's new form. Is this Frisia's true face? Krillin was stunned. This is the best example of not being able to judge strength by appearance. Piccolo gritted his teeth and said, his strength has obviously increased a lot. Frisia raised his fingers slightly. Call out. A stream of light flashed. Boom. Before anyone could react, a huge explosion occurred behind Vegeta. Vegeta and the others turned their heads and looked back, and found that Dende was already smoking and was deader than dead. You can't be resurrected this time, right? Frisia chuckled. Oh no, he saw Dende saving us. Piccolo gritted his teeth. Swish. Frisia flashed and quickly appeared in front of Piccolo and others. Piccolo and the others took a step back in fear. I told you I'm going to make you feel a fear worse than hell. Frisia snorted. Wait a minute, do you think it's appropriate for you to run naked on the street without clothes on? Clin asked loudly. Frisia. Little bald head, just wait for me. Ah! Son Gohan roared and rushed in the direction of Frisia. No. Not good. Clin rushed forward hurriedly. Piccolo also waved his arms and attacked Frisia. The three of them started punching and kicking Frisia. Frisia did not engage in direct combat with the three of them, but used his speed advantage to easily dodge all of their attacks. When Son Gohan and the other two saw that they couldn't hit Frisia, they immediately jumped back and launched a long-range attack on Frisia. Swish! Frisia disappeared in mid-air. What? Disappeared? Clin exclaimed. Humph, behind me. Vegeta suddenly pointed behind Piccolo. Piccolo and others looked behind them. Swish! The next moment, Frisia's figure gradually appeared behind them. Not bad. Frisia commented. Call out. Then, Frisia swung his hand forward, and a bright red flame shot out from his fingertips. The bright red flame shot straight in the direction of Son Gohan. Get out of the way, you idiot! Vegeta yelled, and kicked Son Gohan away. The bright red energy bullet flashed past Vegeta's crotch. Vegeta felt a chill down there and almost disappeared. Boom! Frisia's energy hit the lake in the distance, causing the water to rise to a height of several thousand meters. I didn't see any movement or attack. Krillin said in a deep voice. Thank you for saving me. Son Gohan stood up and thanked Vegeta. You're wrong. I'm not trying to save you. I'm trying to let you see the most exciting scene. Vegeta grinned. Are you sure you can win? Piccolo turned around and asked. Yes, don't get in the way, just hide nearby and watch carefully. Vegeta smiled. Vegeta, you are really confident. Frisia smiled, are you confused because of fear? Just smile Frisia, the one standing right here with you is the Super Saiyan you fear the most. Vegeta sneered. Vegeta, who was standing with Lu Fan in the sky, was a little uneasy. This idiot, does he know what he's doing? Vegeta in the sky gritted his teeth and said, what kind of Super Saiyan is that? There's no transformation at all. Oh my prince, I have to say, the fact that you can say such words shows that you have grown a lot. Lu Fan said with a smile. Vegeta snorted and said nothing more. Look, Frisia's combat power is about 3 million now. After all, in his opinion, 3 million combat power is enough to easily defeat you. Lu Fan said with a smile. Vegeta remained silent. Super Saiyan? That joke of yours is kind of funny. Frisia rubbed his nose. There's no need for Kakarot to appear. Vegeta immediately rushed towards Frisia. Frisia's figure flashed in place and disappeared in an instant. I see you. Vegeta quickly waved his palm in another direction, Swish. Frisia's figure gradually became blurred. Vegeta missed his target and his expression changed again and again. He looked around for Frisia's whereabouts. Ha 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 ha. Frisia laughed in the distance. Vegeta turned his head and looked in the direction of Frisia. When did this guy run so far away? You can't catch up with me if I use some real speed. How can you call me a Super Saiyan? Frisia teased. Vegeta was shaking with anger. Don't make me laugh, Vegeta, Super Saiyan is just nonsense. Frisia snorted. Do you think I've reached my limit? This is impossible. Vegeta shouted, I'm a Super Saiyan. I'm going to destroy you. Frisia. Boom. Vegeta released all of his energy, concentrated it into his hands, and fired an extremely powerful energy bomb. The energy bomb whizzed towards Frisia below. Frisia smiled contemptuously and planned to move away immediately. Ah! Krillin and others turned pale with shock. Do you want to destroy this planet? Vegeta! Piccolo shouted. Frisia's pupils also shrank, and he quickly flew up. Bang! Frisia kicked the falling energy bomb. The energy bomb was kicked into the sky by Frisia. Vegeta's face showed endless despair. This is Vegeta's full-strength attack. For the first time in his life, Vegeta suffered a shocking blow to his heart. The true terror and decisive failure made him feel despair. Chapter 127. Dead, dead. For the first time, Vegeta cried out of fear and despair. Vegeta in the sky was also completely stunned. Lu Fan is right. This guy named Frisia is a monster. Maybe his real combat power is really 120 million. Vegeta can also intimately feel his own despair and fear in this era. Vegeta also shed tears. Bang! Frisia flew up into the sky and hit Vegeta directly with his head. Then Frisia did another overhead hook and kicked Vegeta down from the air. Vegeta fell to the ground, having completely lost his will to fight. Frisia slowly fell from the air, landed next to Vegeta, and hooked Vegeta's neck with his long tail. Vegeta was powerless to resist. No, I have no intention of resisting. The gap is too big. Bang! Frisia punched Vegeta in the waist. Vegeta spat out a large mouthful of blood at that moment. You can come and help him anytime. Frisia turned and looked at Piccolo and the other three with a smile. Piccolo and the other two were completely terrified. Bang! Frisia slapped Vegeta again, knocking him to the ground. Vegeta just fell to the ground, no longer willing to struggle. Vegeta in the sky was trembling all over, wishing he could go forward to help himself in this era. However, Vegeta in the sky knew clearly that it would be useless even if he went over there. My current fighting ability is not as good as that bald boy. I didn't expect that in the Battle of Namek, the Earthlings' combat power had reached over 20,000. What I can be sure of is that the bald guy's fighting ability has surpassed mine. How boring. You don't even dare to fight me. I'd better get rid of you as soon as possible. Frisia snorted. Just when Frisia was about to kill Vegeta. Swish! The figures at the scene flashed. Son Goku appears. Frisia paused for a moment and turned to look at Son Goku. I've been sensing a strange aura, it turns out it's from Piccolo. You came here through Dragon Ball, right? Son Goku asked. Small. I'm sorry I'm late. My injuries have completely healed. It's up to me from now on. Son Goku said, and walked towards the direction where Frisia was. You must be Frisia, you're much more fun than I thought. Frisia. I originally agreed to continue fighting with Vegeta, so don't get in the way here. Son Goku said to Frisia. At this time, Vegeta also noticed Son Goku who appeared on the scene. Kakarot, you're going to... Vegeta said breathlessly. Kakarot. Frisia was stunned. That's Scion's name. Vegeta in the sky also frowned. Hey, Lu Fan, although Kakarot's combat power has improved a lot, it is still far behind Frisia's combat power of 120 million. Vegeta gritted his teeth and said, even if he comes, it won't help. Lu Fan smiled slightly and didn't respond. Vegeta seemed to suddenly realize something, and his expression changed again and again. You mean, there's a chance this guy might... Vegeta didn't finish the sentence. I will never let a Scion stay in this world. Frisia snorted, why don't you just surrender? You wish. Son Goku snorted. Watch out. Frisia kicked towards Son Goku. Bang. Son Goku was quicker, propping himself up with one hand and kicking Frieza in the face. Frieza rolled in the air, landed steadily on the ground, and rubbed his face that was kicked. Frieza's smile turned grim. Then, Frieza pointed his finger at Son Goku's body. "Danger, Goku, get out of the way!" Krillin exclaimed. Swish, swish, swish. Red flames shot out from Frieza's hands. Looking at the rapidly approaching red flames, Son Goku stretched out his big hand and slapped the red flames one by one, sending them flying everywhere. Frieza was stunned. "This guy knocked my energy away with just one hand? Ha 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 ha." Vegeta laughed wildly. "Frieza, you better show your true abilities. This guy is the Super Saiyan you fear the most." Frieza was slightly startled. "Humph, this idiot. Why are you still talking so much nonsense at this point?" Vegeta shouted angrily in the sky. "Yes, the legendary most powerful warrior, Super Saiyan." Vegeta laughed. "Frieza, you are finished. You deserve it. Call out." A beam of red flame shot out from Frieza's hand and pierced directly into Vegeta's heart. Vegeta's mouth was spurting blood at that moment. Vegeta in the sky also immediately covered his chest, his expression changing again and again. "You get it? I don't like people making fun of me." Frieza snorted. "Vegeta!" Son Goku exclaimed. "Hey, Vegeta has lost the ability to resist, and you still want to hurt him, you are so shameless. Super Saiyan is just a boring legend. I hate people who talk too much." Frieza smiled softly. "Kakarot, why are you still so kind-hearted? Aren't you the legendary Super Saiyan?" Vegeta looked at Son Goku and said. "This idiot, the legendary Super Saiyan doesn't exist at all." Vegeta in the sky shuddered and gritted his teeth. "We can only become ordinary Super Saiyan." Lu Fan didn't respond, just looked down calmly. "You have to be ruthless and heartless. As long as you have a cruel heart, you will be able to become a Super Saiyan." Vegeta said to Son Goku. "I will never be as heartless as you." Son Goku said, "But what about the Super Saiyan you mentioned?" "Super Saiyan, ahem, listen to me Kakarot, the planet Vegeta where you were born, it was not destroyed by the impact of a huge meteorite." Vegeta said weakly, "It was due to Frieza's attack, we Saiyans have always obeyed that guy, he killed all Saiyans except us, including your parents and my father." Son Goku was slightly surprised. "This is because Frieza is afraid that a Super Saiyan will be born among us Saiyans." Vegeta continued. "Hey, you can still talk so much even though your heart is pierced." Frieza smiled lightly. "Please defeat Frieza, please, use the power of Saiyan." After Vegeta said the last sentence, his head tilted and he died. "Humph, this idiot is finally dead." Vegeta in the sky clenched his fists. Lu Fan. Chapter 128. The person who died was you. Lu Fan said. "Humph." Vegeta gritted his teeth and snorted. "In fact, it was you who died, and the one who survived was the you of this era." Lu Fan said. "Vegeta. What's the meaning? I don't understand what you are saying. Can you please explain yourself more clearly?" Vegeta asked. "It's nothing, just a joke with you, you don't have to care about these details." Lu Fan said. "Vegeta. It's already this time and you're still making such a stupid joke. Finally he has passed away, and the horrific battle will begin again." Frieza smiled softly. "You cried, you entrusted me, because you failed to fulfill your wish." Son Goku sighed. "Hey!" Then, Son Goku blasted a beam of energy towards the ground. Suddenly there was a big hole on the ground. Son Goku put Vegeta in a big pit and buried him. "I understand. You are not angry about the killing of your fellow Saiyans." Son Goku sighed, "You must be angry because you can't do anything about that guy. Although I hate you, you are the pride of Saiyan. Please let me share this pride." Vegeta. "Why are you talking so much nonsense? Did I bury you? I am a Saiyan who grew up on Earth." Son Goku turned to look at Frieza. "For the Namekian Saiyan you killed, I will beat you to a pulp." "You're just talking nonsense." Frieza smiled softly. "Let's get out of here quickly, we'll be in the way here." Piccolo shouted. "Take care, Dad. You must defeat Frieza." Son Gohan shouted. The next moment Piccolo and the other two left the scene. The battle between Son Goku and Frieza has officially begun. Vegeta's expression also became solemn, and he looked down silently. Bang! The battle between Son Goku and Frieza begins. The two fought dozens of rounds in a flash. Call out! Frieza suddenly blasted out a burst of energy. Son Goku swung his hand forward to block the incoming energy. The energy bullet sent Son Goku sliding backwards. Son Goku's body penetrated the stone mountain behind him. Crash! The stone mountain collapsed. Hey! Son Goku suddenly raised his hand upwards and the energy bullet flew into the sky. Son Goku stepped out from the ruins of stone. You are much stronger than I thought. Frieza was a little surprised. I didn't expect there is someone stronger than Captain Jinyu in this world, but you are not even close to me. Really? Let's give it a try then. Son Goku smiled slightly. Crack! Frieza suddenly glared and an invisible energy cannon blasted towards where Son Goku was. Son Goku quickly appeared high in the sky, right above where Frieza was. Give it back to you. Son Goku also glared fiercely. The powerful Kigong cannon hit Frieza. Frieza was hit and fell downwards. When they were about to reach the surface of the lake, Frieza disappeared without a trace. In just a moment, Frieza appeared next to Son Goku. Bang! Frieza kicked Son Goku out of the air. Son Goku fell into the lake below. Come up quickly, you'll be fine. Frieza snorted and shouted loudly. Call out! Suddenly, a ball of flame flew towards Frieza's direction. He's coming! Frieza was about to attack the ball of flame, but when he looked closely, he found that it was not Son Goku. Call out! Another ball of flame also flew over from the other side of Frieza. Haha, over here! Frieza was about to hit the other party. Then, Frieza suddenly realized that something was wrong. This isn't him either. I'm on top. Son Goku's voice came from above Frieza. Frieza's face changed color. Boom! Son Goku kicked Frieza, knocking him out of the air. Frieza fell to the ground, raising a large cloud of dust on the ground. The next moment, Frieza shook his head unharmed and walked out of the dust. I never expected that, besides my father, you are the first person to make me covered in dust. Frieza smiled, this is the first time I am so excited. How should I deal with you? That's too bad, I thought it could still help. Son Goku smiled. Let me show you how powerful I am. Frieza stretched out his hands and controlled the broken stones to float up. Hey! Frieza waved his large hand in the direction of Son Goku. These stones whizzed towards Son Goku. Son Goku dodged desperately and punched hard to smash some rocks into pieces. Wait until Son Goku breaks up all the rocks. Got you! Frieza's voice suddenly appeared behind Son Goku. Son Goku's face changed color. Hey! A golden energy bomb directly covered Son Goku's body. Oh no! I can't move. Son Goku was shocked. Go to hell! Frieza threw the energy bomb downwards. Boom! Son Goku smashed onto the ground of Namek along with the energy bomb. In an instant, a huge mushroom cloud appeared on the earth. It's over. Kakarot is dead. Vegeta sighed, I didn't expect this damn Frieza to be so powerful. It seems that I was too worried. Kakarot didn't become a Super Saiyan, and his body didn't change at all. Lu Fan smiled slightly. Bang! Just as Vegeta finished speaking, Son Goku appeared behind Piccolo and the others. Vegeta's eyes widened, a look of shock on his face. How did Kakarot become so powerful? It's actually much stronger than me at this age. That was a close call. I didn't notice his attack. Son Goku said to Piccolo and the other two. Then, Son Goku flew up into the air and returned to the opposite side of Frieza. Frieza was also surprised. This guy was not injured. A little more powerful than I thought. Hey, stop destroying other people's planets. Son Goku said. Your strength really surprises me. Frieza sneered. Same here. I'm also surprised by your strength. Son Goku nodded. Let's stop with the warm-up exercises and start the real battle. Frieza smiled softly. Chapter 129. I thought so too. Son Goku responded. Are you good at ground combat or air combat? Frieza asked. How about ground combat? Asked Son Goku. Frieza turned his head and looked behind him, pointing to a large area of land below. The two of them quickly landed on the ground in the distance. The real battle is about to begin. Vegeta gritted his teeth and said, even if Kakarot's combat power is 3 million, there is still a big gap compared to Frieza. Don't forget, Kakarot can use Kaioken. Lu Fan said. So what? Double Kaioken can only increase his combat power to 6 million at most. Vegeta snorted, I admit that he has surpassed me now, but he is definitely not a match for Frieza. And he is obviously not a Super Saiyan in his current state. Do you think that after all this time, he is still twice as powerful as Kaioken? Lu Fan smiled. What do you mean? Vegeta suddenly had a bad feeling. Kakarot can use 10 times Kaioken now, right? Lu Fan pondered. What did you say? 10x Kaioken. Vegeta exclaimed, so, his fighting power can be increased 10 times. That's right. Lu Fan nodded. Are you kidding me? Has his fighting ability reached that of a giant ape? Vegeta shuddered. That's right, and we don't even need the help of a full moon. Lu Fan smiled. Vegeta didn't want to talk anymore. Without the help of a full moon, you can increase your combat power 10 times? Now you understand my good intentions in bringing you to King Kai's planet to practice. Lu Fan sighed. Vegeta. You really disappoint me, Vegeta. Lu Fan said. Vegeta bared his teeth. You sound more and more like my father. I don't know why, but I get angry just looking at you. Lu Fan said, and kicked Vegeta away. Vegeta tumbled several times in the air before finally coming to a stop. Come back honestly. Lu Fan ordered. Vegeta gritted his teeth and flew back obediently from a distance, his whole body trembling. Just wait for me. One day I will defeat you. I'm no match for you now, and I still need your help. I'd better keep a low profile. It's better to be bullied by you than by that guy Frieza. Vegeta lowered his head and appeared beside Lu Fan obediently. The battle between Son Goku and Frieza below has officially begun. Frieza decided not to fight with his hands. Kaioken. Son Goku's energy exploded and he directly used 10 times Kaioken. Boom. Suddenly, Son Goku's combat power increased to 30 million. After sensing Son Goku's powerful aura, Vegeta's expression changed again and again. Sure enough, this guy's combat effectiveness has increased at least 10 times. Vegeta was filled with regret. If I had trained with that shorty King Kai at that time, I might be the one standing on Namek to fight Frieza in the end. Damn Kakarot. Humph, although Kakarot has increased his combat power to 30 million, it is only equivalent to a quarter of Frieza's. Vegeta was a little gloating. Lu Fan didn't respond. Vegeta is just like that. You can't change his character. If Vegeta's personality is truly changed, what's the difference between him and a puppet? What Lu Fan wants is not a puppet, but Vegeta with his own personality. It's okay to step on him and rub him on the ground. Son Goku flew towards Frieza's direction and launched a fierce attack on Frieza. After fighting for 2 or 3 rounds, Frieza's tail swung violently and hit Son Goku. Son Goku flew backwards, kicked off the ground hard, and rushed towards Frieza again. Bang! Son Goku stepped forward and grabbed Frieza's tail. Ha! Son Goku shouted, grabbing Frieza's tail and swinging him in circles. Call out! As soon as Son Goku let go, Frieza flew out and crashed headfirst into the stone mountain behind him. Clatter! The rock mountain collapses, burying Frieza inside. But soon, Frieza jumped out from the stone mountain, hugged his arms and launched a fierce attack on Son Goku with his feet. Son Goku fought back with punches and kicks. After fighting for several rounds. Bang! Son Goku punched Frieza in the face. Frieza quickly adjusted his body and attacked again. However, Son Goku was getting faster and faster, and he kicked Frieza in the stomach again. Frieza winced in pain and snapped his tail around Son Goku's neck. Frieza showed a smug look on his face. Son Goku, however, tightly grasped Frieza's tail, opened his mouth wide, and bit down fiercely. Frieza screamed in pain. Bang! Son Goku took the opportunity to kick Frieza in the back of the head. Bang! Son Goku did a combo, hooking a punch and hitting Frieza in the stomach. Frieza couldn't stand it anymore and punched Son Goku in the face, knocking him to the ground. Frieza! I agreed not to use my hands, but I ended up punching anyway. Son Goku got up from the ground. Didn't you say no need to use your hands? Son Goku smiled. He, the preferential time is over. Frisia rubbed his nose. I once warned you that I'm not someone you can easily mess with, but you were overconfident, so you had no choice but to punch me. Son Goku said. Thank you for your advice. Frisia snorted. Damn Kakarot, how did he train? Is he really just a low-level warrior? Vegeta clenched his fists, feeling increasingly unhappy. Who said he was a low-level soldier? Lu Fan suddenly asked. Humph, what else is there to say? Only inferior warriors would be sent to a planet like Earth that has no combat capability. Vegeta replied. If I say that his father Burdock sensed that planet Vegeta might be destroyed, so he sent him to a safe planet to live, would you believe it? Lu Fan smiled. What did you say? Vegeta was stunned. You'll know later. Lu Fan smiled. Vegeta. Does this mean Kakarot is no longer a low-class warrior? That's not right. This guy's combat power is only 2 when he is born. Vegeta, don't compare your fighting ability with that of your lifetime. Lu Fan sighed, as Kakarot himself said, even if he is an inferior warrior, he can still surpass a monster warrior like you through his own efforts. Vegeta felt heartbroken at that moment. I still didn't say anything. Chapter 130. You're very powerful. That's a bit shocking to me. Frisia commented to Son Goku. Thanks for the compliment. Son Goku said. I'm tired of this fight, let's quickly decide the winner. Frisia snorted, I want to ask you one last time, are you willing to work under me? It would be a pity to eliminate you, you can do a better job than Captain Jinyu. Stop joking, do you think I will accept your invitation? Son Goku snorted and refused on the spot. I knew you would say that. You Scions are all stubborn and stubborn. Frisia chuckled. Then you are doomed. It's not that easy. Son Goku chuckled. He, you are so confident. Frisia said with a smile, I have noticed that although you are fighting seriously, you are not using your full energy. You figured it out. Son Goku smiled. I've calculated that if I use about 50% of my energy, I can turn you into dust in the universe. A grim smile appeared on Frisia's face. What did you say? Son Goku's face changed color. Stop joking, you just know how to scare people. I'm so happy. I haven't had such a pleasant battle in a long time. Frisia said, and the energy in his body gradually increased. After sensing Frisia's powerful aura, Son Goku's expression changed again and again. This guy. Vegeta's eyes widened even more. Although Vegeta already knows that Frisia's combat power is as high as 120 million. But now, after feeling half of Frisia's energy, he was also shocked. Now Frisia's combat power has reached 60 million, right? Bang! Frisia quickly attacked with an elbow strike, hitting Son Goku directly in the nose. Son Goku was nearly knocked to the ground. By the time Son Goku's body stabilized, blood was already flowing from his nose. Bang! Frisia swept his leg and knocked Son Goku to the ground. Then, Frisia's tail hooked around Son Goku's neck. Bang! Frisia threw another elbow back, hitting Son Goku right in the chest. Son Goku immediately knelt down in pain, his whole body shaking violently. Hey! Son Goku kicked hard. Frisia jumped lightly and dodged Son Goku's attack. Wow! Son Goku used Kaioken and charged again. Bang! Frisia kicked back and hit Son Goku in the face. Son Goku was kicked to the ground. Son Goku gritted his teeth and jumped up from the ground. Huff, huff, huff. Son Goku began to pant heavily. You're finally out of breath. You're lucky you didn't get killed. Frisia chuckled. Bang! Frisia launched another fierce attack at Son Goku. Son Goku was beaten back and forth, completely unable to resist. Bang! Frisia waved his hand, and a flash of lightning flashed at his fingertips. This lightning bolt hit the ground of Namek directly. Son Goku was so scared that he broke out in a cold sweat. He looked down and found that the land of Namek had been cut in half by him. I told you, I can destroy this planet easily. Frisia snorted, I'll be the one to destroy planet Vegeta. It's over. I can't win. Son Goku said with a wry smile. Humph, it seems that Kakarot can't beat that Frisia guy. Vegeta said in a deep voice. Yes, Kakarot is indeed no match for Frisia now. Lu Fan nodded. Lu Fan, what about you? Go and kill that guy. Vegeta said. I'm not interested in that kind of guy. Lu Fan smiled, let me tell you, I can kill him with just a fart. Vegeta. Don't worry, I won't kill you right away. My anger hasn't subsided yet. Frieza looked at Son Goku with a smile. Son Goku is quickly looking for new countermeasures. It seems that there is no other way but to use 20x Kaioken. If it's true that he only used 50% of his energy. Even if you use 20 times Kaioken, you can't be his opponent. But now I have no way out. I have no choice but to give it a try. 20x Kaioken. Son Goku shouted, energy surging wildly from his body. What? How did Kakarote's fighting power increase so much? Vegeta was stunned. He used 20 times Kaioken, and his current combat power has been raised to a height of 60 million, Lu Fan explained. What did you say? Has his combat power reached 60 million? Vegeta felt unwell. Hey! Son Goku punched Frieza in the face. Frieza flew backwards. Son Goku chased after him at high speed. At the same time, Son Goku gathered Ki Blast in his hands. Boom! A powerful Kamehameha wave whizzed towards Frieza's direction. Frieza swung his large hand downwards, trying to catch the oncoming Ki Blast. However, the moment Frieza's hand touched Ki Blast, he could clearly feel the breath of death brought by Ki Blast. Frieza was so frightened that he almost lost his soul and quickly increased his own energy. Boom! There was an earth-shattering roar from where Frieza was, and a huge ball of energy appeared on the horizon. The vast aura rushed wildly in all directions. When everything returned to calm, puffs of smoke came out of Frieza's body. Son Goku's eyes widened, a look of shock on his face. He's not bragging. He really only used half of his energy. Huff, huff, huff. Son Goku gasped for air and nearly fell to the ground. 20x Kaioken caused serious damage to Son Goku's body. It was so dangerous just now. How could he have such great power? Frieza looked at Son Goku below with lingering fear. If I didn't increase my energy in time, I might have been killed by him just now. Damn Scion! I will never forgive you. Bang! Frieza fell from the air and appeared opposite Son Goku. You hit me so hard just now. Frieza yelled and hit Son Goku directly with his head. Son Goku rolled several times on the ground, gritted his teeth and stood up tenaciously. Bang! Frieza stepped forward and kicked Son Goku. Son Goku was kicked into the sky. Frieza kicked again, knocking Son Goku out of the air. Son Goku fell to the ground, gritting his teeth and getting up. Son Goku's breathing became more intense. Where did all that energy go? You must have run out of energy. Frieza sneered. Chapter 131. Hey! Frieza raised his hand slightly, and a beam of invisible energy hit the ground where Son Goku was. Suddenly, a big hole appeared on the ground. A bottomless pit. It's over, Kakarote is going to be killed too. Vegeta said. However, after Vegeta finished speaking, he suddenly noticed that Kakarote raised his hands. Is this a spirit bomb? Vegeta was stunned. What's the use of something like that? It can't even kill me on Earth, let alone Frieza. Frieza also saw Son Goku raising his hands and was a little confused. What are you doing? Are you raising your hands in surrender? Frieza asked. Son Goku said nothing and continued to gather the spirit bomb. The biggest weakness of this move is that it takes too much time. Are you done yet? Are you going to keep your hands up forever? Frieza frowned. Don't worry, he. Son Goku grinned. FKU. Frieza kicked Son Goku to the ground. Son Goku gritted his teeth and stood up, raising his hands to gather the spirit bomb again. Don't worry, it will be fine soon. Son Goku said with a smile. Stop scaring me. Frieza snorted and aimed his big hand at Son Goku's body. Boom! An energy similar to a key cannon acts on Son Goku. Son Goku was knocked into the lake behind him. Then, Son Goku gritted his teeth and climbed out of the lake. Frieza stepped over to Son Goku's side. What on earth is Scion thinking? I really don't understand. Frieza said coldly, I don't want to continue this battle anymore. I will destroy you and this planet together. Then the other little Scion will not survive. There will be no Scion in this universe anymore. Super Saiyan is just a pipe dream for you. Frieza said, pointing a finger at Son Goku's head. However, Frisia then saw a powerful energy appearing in the sky through the reflection of the lake water. That's not the sun. What is that? Frisia's expression changed again and again, and he immediately turned his head to look at the sky. I saw a ball of light blue light emerging in the sky. This ball of light is extremely huge. Frisia was stunned. What is that? Is it the energy he gathered? Frisia said to himself, his eyes widened, revealing a look of shock. How can you have such great energy? Son Goku felt a little desperate. Discovered by this guy. This is trouble. Such a small spirit bomb cannot destroy Frisia. This idiot was discovered so quickly. Vegeta snorted, but it seems that the spirit bomb of this size will not be able to kill Frisia. That's right. Lu Fan nodded. There's nothing Kakarot can do now. Vegeta smiled. Don't be in a hurry, just take your time. Lu Fan grinned. Are you trying to plot against me? You poor fellow. Frisia pointed his finger at Son Goku's body. I'm going to kill you right now. I'm going to make sure all your efforts are in vain. A hole. Son Goku punched Frisia. Bang. Frisia raised his hand slightly to block Son Goku's attacking fist. Frisia pointed a finger at Son Goku's forehead. Disappear. Frisia chuckled. Son Goku's pupils shrank sharply, and a look of despair appeared on his face. Red flames were already gathering between Frisia's fingers. At this critical moment. Bang. Piccolo came quickly from a distance and kicked Frisia in the back of the head. Frisia was caught off guard and flew backwards, diving into the lake behind him and falling deeply into it. Piccolo. Son Goku was surprised and happy. Hurry up and complete the spirit bomb. Piccolo shouted. Lu Fan and Krillin gave me all their energy. The most I can do is just that kick. Yes, I understand. Son Goku nodded and immediately raised his hands to continue condensing the spirit bomb. Son Goku. Hurry up, I can't beat him. Piccolo urged. Boom. Frisia soared out of the water and hovered high in the air, fuming with rage. You damn Namek, you dare to sneak attack me. Frisia's forehead veins bulged. Are you not ready yet, Son Goku? Piccolo urged again, it's too late, hurry up and fight. No, it's no use attacking now. There's only a little left. Son Goku gritted his teeth. What? Frisia was about to kill Son Goku and Piccolo when he suddenly felt something was wrong behind him. Boom. Frisia turned his head and looked. What greeted Frisia was an explosive energy. There was a loud bang, and a huge explosion occurred at Frisia's location. The explosion was not very harmful, but it was extremely insulting. Piccolo glanced over there. It was those two, barely using the little energy they had left to launch the attack. Piccolo smiled. Frisia looked towards the location where the attack had just been launched, and a sinister smile appeared on his face. The attack just now had completely enraged Frisia. There are still flies escaping from such a far distance. Frisia snorted, you really know how to make me angry. The game ends here, I will destroy you and this planet together. Okay. Done. Son Goku's pupils shrank and a look of surprise appeared on his face. Bang. Frisia grinned, a dark red energy bomb in his hand. It's the planet-destroying bomb. Go. Son Goku also shouted and pressed his hands down. The huge spirit bombs came crashing down towards Frisia's location. Frisia had just condensed a planet-destroying bomb when he suddenly realized that something was wrong. What is that? Frisia turned his head and looked at the huge spirit bomb behind him. The spirit bomb was getting closer and closer to Frisia. The spirit bomb is filled with powerful energy, which has its own suction force, making it impossible for Frisia to escape for a while. Bang! Frisia's planet-destroying bomb immediately turned into a fart and disappeared the moment it came into contact with the spirit bomb. Frisia's expression changed again and again. Frisia didn't hesitate at all and immediately raised his hands, trying to use his hands to block the attack of the energy bullet. This guy Kakarot, why is this spirit bomb so big this time? Vegeta was also a little surprised. This time he gathered all the vital energy from Namek and its surrounding planets. Lu Fan explained. Chapter 132. No wonder it's so big. Vegeta understood, damn, did this Kakarot guy finally defeat Frisia? Bang! Frisia's hands and feet have already touched the spirit bomb. Frisia tried to push the spirit bomb up with his hands and feet. However, no matter how hard Frisia tried, it was of no avail. Frisia's face was filled with despair. The spirit bomb carried Frisia and continued to roar down towards the land of Namek. Ah! Frisia let out a series of strange cries. Boom! The spirit bomb hit the land of Namek. Suddenly, a bottomless circular pit appeared on the ground. The lake water at the edge of the pit flowed back into it. Vegeta glanced downward. Tisk! I didn't expect to defeat Frisia this way. Vegeta bared his teeth. Then, Vegeta saw a bald head in the distance. I saw Klin climbing onto a nearby rock. Son Gohan also slowly came down and pulled Krillin up from below. The two looked towards the big pit in the distance. Dad and the others were too close. Did they fall down together? Son Gohan asked worriedly. I can't sense their presence at all. That's because we weren't paying enough attention. Klin comforted, Piccolo is there, he'll be fine. Uncle Krillin, look over there, that's Uncle Piccolo. Son Gohan pointed into the distance. On the distant shore, Piccolo was struggling to pull Son Goku's wrist and drag him onto the land. It's Goku. Krillin was surprised and happy. Dad and Uncle Piccolo are still alive, that's great. A smile appeared on Son Gohan's face. The two flew slowly towards the direction where Son Goku and Piccolo were. Ha ha ha, we don't have much strength left. We can hardly fly. Klin said with a smile. Dad, Uncle Piccolo. Son Gohan shouted excitedly. Krillin and Son Gohan landed on top of this rock. Krillin went up and hugged Son Goku. Son Gohan also hugged his father. Piccolo however stepped forward and placed his large hand on Son Gohan's head, smiling kindly. A few people took a short break and turned to look at the big pit in the distance. The big hole has been filled up by the lake water, with only a few ripples still spreading around. Tisk! Vegeta felt a little uncomfortable. Now you understand how big a role King Kai played in this, right? Lu Fan narrowed his eyes and looked at Vegeta. Vegeta's body shuddered. UFGBD. You want to kick me again? Vegeta quickly distanced himself from Lu Fan. Damn it! If you had told me earlier that the shorty had so many powerful abilities, I wouldn't have bullied him. Vegeta gritted his teeth. Very good, now you dare to be stubborn. Lu Fan said with a smile. Vegeta. What you said? I was unable to refute it. Don't forget, you are my follower. Okay, I won't kick you this time. I hope you take care of yourself. Lu Fan said. Vegeta said nothing more. There was a brief silence. Hey, Lu Fan, you don't mean to send me back to King Kai's planet to train, right? Vegeta suddenly realized something and asked hurriedly. You think too much. Lu Fan chuckled, even if I take you back now, do you think King Kai will still let you practice with him? Vegeta. That's true. Hey, didn't you say that you don't exist in this time and space? Vegeta thought of another level, I mean, King Kai of this time and space doesn't know me, right? Are you an idiot? You are already dead in this time and space. Lu Fan said. Vegeta remained silent. It seems so. I'm already dead. I am so miserable. Below. Let's go, take my universe spaceship and we will be able to return to Earth in 5 days. Son Goku called to Piccolo and others. Ah! Klin suddenly screamed. Krillin's scream scared Son Goku and others at that time. What's wrong? Krillin. Son Goku was stunned. I remember now, Miss Bulma is still on this planet. I almost forgot about her, said Klin. You really scared me, I thought Frisia was alive again. Son Goku sighed. Well, in a sense, Miss Bulma is scarier than Frisia. Krillin said with a smile. Ha ha ha, stop making me laugh, my whole body hurts now. Son Goku laughed. Namek has become like this. But now that Frisia is dead, the Great Elder and his dead compatriots can rest in peace from now on. Piccolo sighed. Hey? How do you know about the Great Elder? Krillin was stunned and turned to look at Piccolo. However, when Krillin saw this, his pupils shrank sharply, his face turned pale, and his whole body trembled. What's wrong with you, Krillin? Son Goku also realized that something was wrong with Krillin. That is. Krillin pointed to a place on a huge rock. Son Goku turned his head and looked over there. Yes, Frisia. Frisia is alive. After seeing this scene, Vegeta also widened his eyes and looked incredulous. Is this guy immortal? Vegeta was stunned. Vegeta could clearly sense how powerful that spirit bomb was. Such a huge spirit bomb didn't kill Frieza? Call out! A red light spurted out from between Frieza's fingers. The red light pierced Piccolo's heart immediately. Piccolo fell to the ground with a bang and fainted. Uncle Piccolo! Son Gohan exclaimed. Son Goku glared, the anger clearly visible on his face. Do you think I'm dead? Frieza said coldly, Frieza, will not die. You leave here immediately. Son Goku ordered Krillin and Son Gohan, find my universe ship and take Miss Bulma away from this planet. What did you say? What do you want to do, Goku? Krillin asked, we can't leave you here by yourself. Go away, don't get in the way here, do you want to die together? Son Goku shouted. Do you think I will forgive you? Don't even think about running away. I will tear you into pieces one by one. Frieza sneered and stretched out his big hand to grab at the air. Suddenly, Krillin's body floated up uncontrollably. Krillin was soon controlled by Frieza and flew into the sky. The sky is green at this moment. Chapter 133. Krillin! Son Goku exclaimed. Krillin flew higher. Frieza, the happy resident. Son Goku shouted. Humph! Frieza sneered. Will I stop if you tell me to? You just joined forces to deal with me. If I don't kill all these minions, I'm not the Emperor of the Universe. Goku! Krillin shouted Son Goku's name loudly. Boom! Just as Krillin finished shouting, Krillin's body suddenly exploded. Son Goku's pupils shrank sharply and his face turned pale. Vegeta said nothing. When the smoke gradually dissipated, Krillin had turned into slag and slowly fell from the sky. Son Goku couldn't bear to watch any longer and closed his eyes, his whole body shaking violently. He, the next one is that kid. He is your son, right? Frieza said with a smile. Swish, swish. Suddenly, in the distance, golden lightning flashed from the sky. The sky grew dark. Frieza was stunned. Why did it thunder suddenly? Does the concept of divine punishment still exist in this world? This is impossible. What happened? Vegeta was also a little surprised and turned his head to look around. Suddenly, clusters of black clouds appeared in the sky above Namek. Dark clouds covered the sky, and golden lightning appeared. Is this planet going to explode? Vegeta frowned. It shouldn't happen. No one is deliberately destroying a planet. The spirit bomb that Kakarot just fired didn't hit the core of the planet. Swish, swish. The golden lightning continued to fall down. Bang! Son Goku's hair suddenly stood up and turned golden. When I looked again, Son Goku was shining with golden light. Vegeta was stunned. This, what kind of change has Kakarot undergone? Vegeta was stunned. Lu Fan smiled but said nothing. Could it be? Could this be the Super Saiyan you mentioned? Vegeta's eyes widened. Lu Fan did not answer this question. Frieza was equally shocked. And at the moment when Son Goku became Super Saiyan, the golden lightning around him gradually disappeared. Gohan, take Piccolo back to Earth immediately. He can still be saved. Son Goku ordered. Ah! Son Gohan was so shocked that he couldn't speak. Get out of here before I lose my mind, do you hear me? Son Goku shouted. Got it. Son Gohan was startled and nodded hastily. What does his transformation mean? Isn't Saiyan only able to transform into a giant ape? Frieza's eyes widened. Hurry up Gohan, if Piccolo dies, the gods will disappear with him. Do you understand how serious this is? Son Goku urged again, don't worry about me, I will definitely go back to Earth. But how are you going to leave here? Son Gohan asked. Stop talking nonsense, do you want to embarrass me? Son Goku shouted. Son Gohan said nothing more and flew into the sky carrying Piccolo on his back. Ha ha ha, you can't run away. Frieza laughed and stretched out his hand to aim at Son Gohan's body. Swish! Son Goku appeared right in front of Frieza in an instant. Bang! Son Goku grabbed Frieza's arm and gently exerted force. Frieza was gritting his teeth in pain and felt like his bones were about to break. Stop it! You despicable guy, you have hurt innocent people one after another. You even didn't spare Krillin. Son Goku gritted his teeth, wishing he could tear Frieza to pieces. Frisia struggled desperately, trying to break free from Son Goku's large grasp. Son Goku gently loosened his grip and let Frisia go. Frisia quickly retreated and looked across at Son Goku in shock. How does this guy have so much strength? Could it be that he is? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Vegeta was already shaking. Could it be that this guy has really become a Super Saiyan? Did the battle against Namek raise this guy's combat power to such a high level? Frisia, I'm angry! Son Goku yelled. Bang! Son Goku quickly attacked and punched Frisia so hard that he flew backwards. Frisia fell to the ground below. But soon Frisia soared into the sky and appeared directly in front of Son Goku. Don't be so serious. Haven't you Saiyans ever killed innocent people? Frisia sneered. The Saiyan became extinct because of this. Son Goku said. I killed them. I don't like Saiyan. Frisia smiled. Now it's my turn to destroy you. Son Goku said calmly. You said you wanted to destroy me, Frisia? You'd better stop trying to show off. You can't beat me. Frisia snorted. Ha! Frisia said, and suddenly made a gorgeous turn, and a huge energy covered the direction where Son Goku was. Boom! The energy in Frisia's hands continued to spray outward, all covering Son Goku's body. After the smoke gradually dissipated, Son Goku appeared in front of Frisia unharmed. Frisia's face changed again and again. Tisk, tisk, tisk. He really is a Super Saiyan. Vegeta's body trembled even more violently. Lu Fan didn't respond. Let Vegeta figure this out on his own. I see, Kakarot became a Super Saiyan because of anger. Vegeta suddenly realized something and asked hurriedly. Lu Fan smiled slightly. Damn it, Shenron seemed to have said that one can become a Super Saiyan due to huge emotional fluctuations, but the prerequisite seems to be that one needs to have a peaceful heart. Vegeta gritted his teeth. Do you still think I'm lying to you? Lu Fan said with a smile. Vegeta remained silent. What the FK? The first person to become a Super Saiyan was actually Kakarot, a low-ranking warrior. I really can't accept this. Tell me quickly, how can I have a peaceful heart? Vegeta asked with clenched fists. After you return to Earth, find a woman and have a passionate love affair with her. Lu Fan groaned, it seems that you are lacking in this kind of emotion. What did you say? You want me, a great Saiyan prince, to fall in love with a lowly earthling? Vegeta was furious. Don't want to become a Super Saiyan? Do you want Kakarot to always be ahead of you? Lu Fan smiled. Humph, I'm already dead in this time and space. Vegeta said, gritting his teeth. Death does not mean there is no chance of resurrection. Lu Fan smiled slightly. Chapter 134. Below. The battle between Son Goku and Frisia continues. Frisia was practically being beaten by Son Goku. Frisia, who was at his wit's end, sneered. I won't die. I can live in the universe. Can you Saiyans do that? Frisia suddenly shouted, immediately attracting Vegeta's attention. Vegeta turned his head and saw that Frisia had already condensed a planet-destroying bomb in his hands. What does this guy want to do? Vegeta suddenly realized that something was wrong. He felt that he couldn't defeat Kakarot, so he planned to destroy the planet. Lu Fan explained, Frisia can survive in the universe, but we Saiyan can't. What did you say? Vegeta's eyes widened. Lu Fan is a very prescient guy. Back then, Lu Fan made a wish to be able to survive in the universe. This is a wonderful wish. This way we don't have to worry about Frisia destroying the planet. Destroy this planet! Frisia shouted, and the planet-destroying bomb in his hand smashed down towards the land of Namek. Damn it! How shameless! This guy Frisia! Vegeta also felt Frisia's shamelessness. You can't beat Kakarot and yet you want to win this way. Boom! The planet-destroyer bomb hit the land of Namek. Namek's core was instantly dealt a fatal blow. The entire planet is shaking violently and may explode at any time. Pa, it missed. Frisia snorted, the energy just now didn't immediately destroy the core of the planet. Are you afraid that the planet will explode and get you sucked into it? Son Goku snorted. You still don't know anything, right? Although this planet avoided exploding for a moment, the core of this planet has already suffered a devastating blow. Do you understand what this means? Frisia chuckled, in another 5 minutes this planet will cause a huge explosion, and Namek will become dust in the universe. What did you say? Son Goku's expression changed again and again. Vegeta's face also changed color. 5 minutes left? Will this planet explode in 5 minutes? 5 minutes will be enough. Once I defeat you, I and my companions will leave here on the universe ship coming from Earth. Son Goku said with a smile. What a shame. I'm the only one who has a chance of leaving here alive. Frieza snorted, I'm going to show you my 100% power. There's no way you can defeat me, so be careful. Frieza hasn't used 100% of his energy yet. Vegeta shuddered, and then suddenly realized something. Does that mean his 100% energy combat power is 120 million? That's right. Lu Fan nodded. Why are you using 100% of your energy now? It's because your body won't be able to bear it if you attack with all your strength. Son Goku smiled. Frieza was so angry that his whole body was shaking. I won't waste any more time with you, let's start fighting. Son Goku shouted and flew quickly in the direction of Frieza. Hey! Frieza swung his hand forward and a powerful ki cannon hit Son Goku directly. Boom! Son Goku flew backwards and plunged into the lake behind him. Wait here for a moment, Vegeta. Lu Fan said to Vegeta. Vegeta was stunned. What do you mean? Why do we have to wait here? Swish! The next moment, Lu Fan disappeared from where he was. But soon, Lu Fan came back. Lu Fan quickly appeared in front of Frieza. Vegeta rubbed his eyes. Didn't you say you wouldn't interfere with anything that happens in this space and time? How did you end up on the other side of Frieza? What exactly do you want to do? Who are you? Frieza really didn't know Lu Fan. Are there other people on this planet? Because Lu Fan does not exist in this time and space. Lu Fan's existence is unique. Don't worry about who I am. I'm here to give you some knowledge. Lu Fan murmured. Humph, do you know who you're talking to? Frieza said coldly, don't get in the way here, get out of here right now. As they were talking, the water on the lake surged. A ball of golden light gradually emerged from the lake. It's that Super Saiyan. Frieza bared his teeth and clenched his fists tightly. Bang! Lu Fan waved his hand lightly, and an invisible divine power quickly acted on Son Goku. Bang! Son Goku was directly pressed into the lake by the invisible divine power in Lu Fan's hands. After seeing this scene, Frieza was dumbfounded. Vegeta's eyes widened, his face showing shock. Is this Lu Fan's true strength? That BD Kakarot has already become a Super Saiyan. As a result, Lu Fan just waved his hand and pressed him down from the air. You, who are you? Frieza was extremely shocked. That Super Saiyan wasn't even enough for him to wave his hand in the air. Actually, I'm Saiyan too. Lu Fan grinned, revealing a mouthful of white teeth. What did you say? You are a Saiyan too. Frieza was stunned. That's right. Lu Fan nodded. You, what are you doing here? Frieza asked warily, are you here to help that Super Saiyan? No, I came here to teach you some basic knowledge about Saiyan. Lu Fan said with a smile. Frieza. Vegeta. Some basic knowledge of Saiyan. Lu Fan, what on earth do you want to do? I don't need you to spread knowledge. Frieza shouted, go to hell. As he spoke, Frieza waved his hand, and a huge ball of energy quickly covered Lu Fan's body. Boom! A huge explosion occurred where Lu Fan was. Wait until the smoke gradually dissipates. Lu Fan appeared there safely and looked at Frieza opposite with a smile. Frieza was stunned. How come this guy is even scarier than that Super Saiyan? Hey, I suddenly want to listen to what you say about the basic knowledge of Saiyan. Frieza rubbed his nose, a hint of coldness appeared in his eyes. That's right. Lu Fan nodded and looked at Frieza with interest. Frieza frowned. What exactly do you want to do? What exactly is Saiyan's knowledge? Look, this is my normal state, that is, when I haven't transformed. Lu Fan said. Chapter 135. Frieza looked confused. Bang! A golden light bloomed on Lu Fan's body, and her hair stood up high, turning golden yellow. When I looked again, Lu Fan's body was also covered with a layer of golden flames. This is Super Saiyan. Lu Fan said. Frieza was stunned. Vegeta was dumbfounded. Will this guy Lu Fan also become a Super Saiyan? Didn't he say he wasn't going the Super Saiyan route? Didn't he say he was going to go the Super Saiyan God route? This liar! In the lake, Son Goku was still struggling hard, trying to break out of the lake. However, no matter how hard Son Goku tried, he was unable to escape the powerful energy suppression. Son Goku was shocked. What is going on? Who is putting pressure on me? Is that Frieza guy? Does this guy still possess such powerful energy? I didn't expect, he. I really didn't expect you to be a Super Saiyan. Frieza felt as if he had a nightmare. His face changed again and again, and his pupils were filled with despair. The Super Saiyan transformation can increase the combat power of our Saiyan by 50 times. Lu Fan explained to Frieza, the Kakarot you are fighting is Son Goku, and his basic combat power is 3 million. So the question is, after he becomes a Super Saiyan, what will his combat power be? 150 million. Frieza shuddered. Correct answer. Lu Fan nodded with satisfaction. Frieza. As far as I know, your combat power is only 120 million. Lu Fan smiled, so you can never be his opponent, even if you exert all your strength. Frieza felt heartbroken at the time. Frieza actually tested his own combat power using the Legion's unique instruments. Frieza also knows that his combat power is around 120 million. If that Super Saiyan Son Goku's combat power really reached 150 million, then I am definitely no match for him. Don't be anxious or afraid. Lu Fan said. What do you mean? Frieza couldn't understand what Lu Fan wanted to do. What you are afraid of is still to come. Lu Fan said with a smile. Frieza. Bang. Golden light continued to emerge from Lu Fan's body, and his hair stood up even more. Swish, swish. Suddenly, purple arcs of electricity appeared on Lu Fan's body. What? What is this? Frieza opened his eyes wide, looking horrified. This is not just a flash of lightning. Vegeta also looked stunned, staring over here. What kind of transformation is this? But why can't I feel Lu Fan's breath? All you can see is the changes in his body. This is a Super Saiyan that surpasses Super Saiyan. Lu Fan explained. What did you say? Frieza shuddered. You can think of this as the second Super Saiyan. Lu Fan said. Frieza. Frieza didn't want to talk anymore. Is there another Super Saiyan? Super Saiyan's second transformation can double the Super Saiyan's combat power, so the question is, how many times more than normal? Lu Fan smiled. What? 100 times. Frieza exclaimed. That's correct. That means if Son Goku's combat power is 3 million, then after he becomes Super Saiyan 2, what will his combat power be? Lu Fan asked. 300 million. Frieza's face twitched. You are very good at arithmetic. Lu Fan nodded with satisfaction, I like dealing with smart people. Frieza fell silent. 300 million combat power. If that really happens, there's no way I can be his opponent. But my brother Cooler seems to be able to beat him. Do you think Super Saiyan 2 is so great? Next, is even more powerful. Lu Fan said. Frieza pricked up his ears at that moment, and his expression became extremely interesting in an instant. Is there anything even more amazing? Are you still changing? Boom. Golden light surged wildly from Lu Fan's body, and the entire land of Namek was dyed golden by Lu Fan. When I looked again, the hair on Lu Fan's head continued to extend backwards and soon grew longer than her waist. Her long hair fluttered in the wind, shining with golden light. Swish, swish. More and more dense arcs of electricity covered Lu Fan's entire body. Lu Fan's eyebrows are also deeply embedded in his eye sockets. Lu Fan's expression became somewhat evil. Vegeta was completely dumbfounded. What is this change? Come on, am I dreaming? Frieza was so frightened that he was shaking all over. What kind of transformation is this? As the saying goes, if there are two, there will be three. This is the third of Super Saiyan. Lu Fan smiled. Frieza felt 10,000 points of critical damage at that time. UFGBD. Did you come here just to show off your Super Saiyan transformation to me? Super Saiyan 3's transformation is 4 times that of Super Saiyan 2. Lu Fan grinned and looked at Frieza with a smile, then the question is. So, the Super Saiyan 3 you mentioned is 400 times stronger than normal. Frisia was shaking all over. Congratulations, you have learned how to answer questions quickly. Lu Fan nodded vigorously. Frisia. There was a brief silence. What on earth did you come here for? Just to tell me all this? Frisia shouted angrily, Humph, stop being so mysterious. Do you think I will believe what you said? What about Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3? Do you think all this exists? It's just your fantasy. Really? Sometimes fantasy can become reality. Lu Fan smiled. What do you mean? Frisia was a little confused and didn't dare to attack Lu Fan. Mainly because Lu Fan's long hair in Super Saiyan 3 is just too scary. Frisia was genuinely frightened. I've said so much, but you still don't know what I want to do. Lu Fan said with a smile. Frisia. You tell me. God knows what you want to do. Look, I've already told you, Super Saiyan is divided into 1, 2, and 3, and these are the 3 levels at the moment. Lu Fan said. Frisia said nothing. I'll just take a look, what on earth do you want to do? Then here comes the question. Lu Fan turned his head to look at the lake behind him and Son Goku who was still struggling in the lake, and said to Frisia, Frisia, is it Son Goku who fell into the lake as Super Saiyan 1? Or Son Goku who is Super Saiyan 2? Or Son Goku who is Super Saiyan 3? Frisia. Chapter 136. Need I say more? Of course it's Son Goku, one of the Super Saiyans. Frisia was so angry that his nose was crooked. You still ask such an idiotic question? You are so boring. Frisia, you are an honest emperor of the universe. Lu Fan said. Humph. Frisia snorted. As a reward, I will give you both Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. Lu Fan said. What? What do you mean? Frisia was a little confused. Swish. Lu Fan's figure flashed and disappeared in an instant. Before Frisia could react. Swish, swish. A Son Goku with lightning flashing all over his body was brought over by Lu Fan. Swish. Lu Fan flashed again and disappeared in an instant. Suddenly, another long-haired Super Saiyan, Son Goku, also appeared on the scene. Bang! Son Goku, who fell into the lake, finally broke free and quickly rushed into the sky, appearing next to Frisia. Lu Fan had a weird smile on his face and disappeared in a flash. Frisia. Frisia turned his head to look at the 3 different forms of Son Goku, and 1,000 alpacas passed through his mind. This. Vegeta widened his eyes and looked shocked. Soon, Vegeta noticed Lu Fan appeared next to him. Lu Fan, can you tell me what is going on? Vegeta asked. Isn't what I said clear enough? Lu Fan smiled, the 3 Son Goku below are real. What did you say? Really exists? How is that possible? Vegeta was stunned. I just went to the future and brought these 2 Son Goku from different periods to this era. Lu Fan smiled. What? Vegeta was stunned. Let's enjoy this wonderful scene. Lu Fan watched silently. Vegeta. Below. Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku looked around and immediately saw Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku and ordinary Super Saiyan Son Goku appearing nearby. Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku was a little confused. The Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku brought back by Lu Fan has a golden halo hanging on his head. Obviously dead. This Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku is from 3 years later in the Cell game. Son Goku was fighting with pork chop rice in heaven, and then he was brought here by Lu Fan. Hey? This place looks so familiar. Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku quickly realized that this seemed to be Namek, and then he looked at Frisia. Hey? Frisia? Aren't you Frisia? Frisia. Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku was also slightly stunned. The Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku that Lu Fan brought back is from the Majin Buu era. At that time, Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku was fighting Fat Buu. Not long after the fight, he was pulled over by Lu Fan. Therefore, Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku also has a golden halo on his head. Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku also recognized Frisia at first sight. They spoke. Frisia's expression changed again and again. Do they all really exist? Super 1 Son Goku was even more confused. Who are these 2 people? Here, Super Saiyan 1 Son Goku naturally doesn't recognize his Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 selves. Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku doesn't recognize his Super Saiyan 3 self either. Only Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku knows the two of them. After all, Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku is in a time and space that is further in the future than them. Of course, although some of them didn't know each other, all three knew Frisia. This is Namek. Is it because of the huge energy when I was fighting Bu that I traveled through time and space? Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku looked confused. No, I feel like someone brought me here. It's really strange. Hey, are you more powerful than me? Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku immediately looked at Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. Ah, are you, me 4 years ago? Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku looked at his other self thoughtfully. Hey? So, you are me 4 years later. Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku understood. This is Namek. Did we both travel back to 10 years ago at the same time? Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku murmured. It seems so. Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku smiled bitterly. Son Goku. What's the meaning? Are these two people who I will be in 10 years in the future? It doesn't seem quite right. One is me 6 years later, and the other is me 10 years later. What is going on? It looks like this planet is about to explode. This is Namek. Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku murmured. I remember now, isn't this what happened when we were fighting Frisia? Said Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku. Son Goku. Are these two people really me from the future? Frisia was completely dumbfounded. Are these two people from 10 years in the future? Do they really exist? Aren't they phantoms? I don't believe it. Frisia roared, and stretched out his index finger, with the red light condensing at the fingertip. Call out. The red flames whizzed straight towards Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. Bang! The red flame hit Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku's heart immediately. Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku is like nothing happened. Haha, Frisia, with my current energy strength, I can defeat you even without transforming. Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku laughed. Frisia is shocked. It hit his heart, but he acted like nothing happened. Am I dreaming? If this is a nightmare, let him wake up quickly. Swish! Immediately afterwards, the golden flames on Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku dissipated, and he returned to normal. Bang! Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku quickly attacked and kicked Frisia in the head. Boom! Frisia fell headfirst to the ground, leaving a crater on the ground, and he felt sick at that moment. I'm right, Frisia. Son Goku smiled. Frisia gritted his teeth and got up from the ground. Super 1 Son Goku was also completely stunned. How did you train? You've become so powerful. Super Saiyan Son Goku exclaimed. Ha ha ha, it's nothing. As long as you practice hard, you will reach my level one day. Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku laughed. What was your transformation just now? Why is your hair so long? Asked Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku. Mine is Super Saiyan 3. If nothing goes wrong, you will also become Super Saiyan 3 in about 3 years. Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku said with a smile. What? I'm looking forward to it. Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku nodded excitedly. What about you? What is your transformation? Super Saiyan 1 Son Goku asked Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku. Chapter 137. I am a Super Saiyan who surpasses Super Saiyan. If we follow his naming method, I should be called Super Saiyan 2, right? Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku smiled. Although I didn't quite understand what you said, I'm very happy that I can reach this level in the future. Son Goku nodded solemnly, but leave this guy Frisia to me, you two must not make a move. I want to defeat him myself to avenge Krillin. Well, you can do it. Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku nodded together. After all, both Son Goku have experienced these things that happened on the scene. We too have to go back, but we don't know how to get back to our time. Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku scratched his head. Bang! Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku was speaking. Suddenly, Lu Fan appeared next to Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. Hey? You are? Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku was stunned. I'll take you back. Lu Fan smiled and put his hand on Son Goku's shoulder. Swish! Lu Fan traveled through time and space, and disappeared with Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku in just a moment. Soon, Lu Fan came back from the future. Immediately afterwards, Lu Fan disappeared with Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku. At the scene, only Son Goku was left. Do your best. Lu Fan patted Son Goku on the shoulder. Hey? Who are you? Son Goku was stunned. It doesn't matter who I am. Just do your best and defeat Frieza. Lu Fan said. Yeah, these are indeed not important. What's important now is that I want to avenge Krillin. Son Goku clenched his fists tightly, with an angry look on his face. Since my future self has come back, it means that I must have defeated Frieza in this battle. What did you say? Do you think I'm afraid of you? Frieza gritted his teeth. You two continue, I have to go back now, bye. Lu Fan waved. Swish. Lu Fan returned to Vegeta's side. Then, Lu Fan took Vegeta back to his own time in just a moment, and appeared above the earth through instant transmission. We have returned to our own time. Lu Fan said to Vegeta. Vegeta remained silent. Vegeta learned a lot today. Vegeta didn't just see Son Goku who turned into a Super Saiyan. And Vegeta also saw Son Goku who became Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta felt very uncomfortable. In more than a month in the future. I died in battle. Kakarot turned into a Super Saiyan instead. In the more distant future, Kakarot even surpassed the Super Saiyan and became Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3. I can't accept it. Didn't you say you couldn't become a Super Saiyan? Vegeta asked through gritted teeth. Not only can you become a Super Saiyan, you can also become Super Saiyan 3. You are so shameless, Lu Fan. That's really not a Super Saiyan transformation, it's just a change in appearance, just to scare people. Lu Fan said with a smile. What? A change in appearance? Vegeta didn't quite understand what he heard, but he got the general idea. There was a brief silence. Vegeta lowered his noble head. Then, Vegeta raised his head and looked at Lu Fan with a serious expression. Lu Fan, teach me. Vegeta gritted his teeth and said humbly to Lu Fan. Let's start by becoming a Super Saiyan, and the prerequisite for all this is to have a peaceful heart. Lu Fan patted Vegeta's shoulder. Peace of mind. Vegeta repeated these 4 words. Think about our life on the gourmet planet. Continue according to those steps, and your mind will gradually become peaceful. Lu Fan said to Vegeta. When we were on the gourmet planet. Vegeta recalled the scenes on the gourmet planet in his mind. But that's far from enough. I think you should have a relationship and find a girlfriend. Maybe that will help you calm down faster. Lu Fan said with a smile. Humph, I'll find it myself. Vegeta snorted, and immediately turned into a stream of light, flying quickly towards the earth. 3 days later. Orange Star City. If Lu Fan came to this city, he would probably be somewhat familiar with it. Because this city will be renamed Satan City in the next 4 years. At this time, Vegeta was walking on the streets of the city, looking for his girlfriend aimlessly. Vegeta was very unhappy. Let me find a girlfriend from Earth? Is an Earthling suitable to be my girlfriend? But Vegeta really wants to become a Super Saiyan. If he doesn't do as Lu Fan says, Vegeta feels that the day when he becomes a Super Saiyan may be a long time away. I don't want to be killed by Frieza in the next month. I must become a Super Saiyan as soon as possible. At the same time, I also need to quickly improve my combat effectiveness. Just go find a girlfriend as Lu Fan said. There should be pleasing women in this city. Help! Just then, Vegeta suddenly heard a woman scream from a distance. Vegeta is so bored. Vegeta walked over and found a man with a pistol robbing a pretty woman. The woman's bag has been snatched away by the robber. The robber seemed unsatisfied and planned to arr the woman, and was instructing her to take off her clothes. The woman refused to obey and shouted for help. You want to rob me, but I have already given you all the money. You also want to arr her. If you want to arr me, I'd rather die. The problem is that you are too ugly. Vegeta glanced at the burly man, who had a stubby face. No wonder the woman screamed so loudly. He's RG women even in this state? Vegeta is not interested in being a hero saving a beautiful girl. But Vegeta thought the woman was pretty good looking. Ask her if she's willing to be my girlfriend first. In the past 3 days, Vegeta would go up to any woman he liked and ask her if she was willing to be his girlfriend. The results were all ruthlessly rejected. Although Vegeta is quite handsome, these women think he is a little short. This annoyed Vegeta. Vegeta suppressed the anger in his heart and didn't explode. Otherwise those women would have been wiped out by Vegeta long ago. Now seeing such a pleasing-looking woman, Vegeta walked straight up to her. "Kid, don't get in the way here. Get out of here or I'll kill you." The robber also saw Vegeta and pointed the gun at Vegeta's chest. Vegeta ignored it. "Hey, that woman from Earth, let me ask you, if I save you, will you be my girlfriend?" Vegeta asked. "Woman? Is there anyone as heroic as you who saves the damsel in distress? Do you ask someone directly if they are willing to be your girlfriend?" Chapter 138. I do. The woman hesitated for a moment and immediately nodded in agreement. Although this man is a little short, he is at least handsome. It's better than this robber with a shoehorn face. Besides, I don't have a boyfriend. If he can really save me, it's not impossible for us to date for a while. In that case. Vegeta breathed a sigh of relief. Finally a woman agreed to be my girlfriend. "Boy, are you here to die?" The robber was furious and shot at Vegeta without any hesitation. Bang, bang, bang. The robber fired 3 shots. The bullet hit Vegeta in the chest. When I looked again, Vegeta seemed like nothing had happened. The bullet didn't even penetrate Vegeta's clothes. This. The robber was dumbfounded. Bang. Vegeta stepped forward and kicked the robber high into the air. Boom. Vegeta pointed with his finger. The robbers were turned into slag immediately and were blown to pieces by Vegeta. Humph, a piece of trash with a combat power of only 5. Vegeta snorted. The woman was terrified. "This person is so amazing." Are you Superman?" the woman asked tremblingly. "Hey, what Superman?" Vegeta was stunned. "That's a very powerful person," said the woman. "None of that matters anymore, can you be my girlfriend now?" Vegeta asked. The woman nodded vigorously. "That's good, let's start this relationship as soon as possible." Vegeta smiled. "Ah? Start now? Here." The woman was stunned. "Where else?" Vegeta asked. Is it too fast?" The woman blushed. "Hey, who told you to take off your clothes?" Vegeta wiped the sweat off his face. "Wasn't it you who wanted to start?" The woman was stunned again. "Did I tell you to take off your clothes?" Vegeta was so angry that smoke came out of his nose. "This vulgar earth woman. What else are you thinking about besides that kind of thing?" "Ah, no, you scared me." The woman heaved a sigh of relief. "Hey, what's your name?" Vegeta asked. "Emily." The woman said her name. My name is Vegeta." Vegeta said. "Vegeta? I seem to have heard this name somewhere." Emily held her chin in thought. And during this time, Son Goku was taken to the hospital for treatment. At the same time, Mr. Popo from the temple also found Bulma and took her to Yunzabite Highlands, where they successfully found the Universe Spaceship of the Gods. Another week passed. The headquarters of the Universal Capsule Group. The Universe Spaceship of the God was parked in the yard. Krillin, Bulma, and the other 2 are ready to go to Namek. Now we just have to wait for Son Gohan to come. "Ms. Bulma, can this thing really go into the universe?" Krillin, wearing travel clothes and carrying a small bag, looked at the Universe Spaceship with some curiosity. "You look so relaxed in this outfit, Clint. We are going to an alien planet, not to travel somewhere else." Bulma said with a dark face, "I even cut my long hair short for this trip to the universe." "Hey? Krillin then noticed that Bulma's hair had been cut. "Gohan hasn't arrived yet?" Bulma inquired. "He said he was going to say goodbye to Goku before coming back." Krillin said, "By the way, Ms. Bulma, should we bring an umbrella? Isn't the weather in Namek bad? It rains a lot." "Whatever you say." Bulma huffed. "By the way, Bulma, where is your boyfriend Lu Fan? It seems like he suddenly disappeared with Vegeta, and no one knows where he went." Krillin asked curiously. "Who knows what he did? He didn't even say hello." Bulma snorted. "So you were angry because he left without saying goodbye? But I heard that he is also a scion." Krillin asked again. "Shut up. Stop asking so many nonsense questions." Bulma gritted her teeth. Krillin quickly covered his mouth. Then, Krillin suddenly sensed something, his face changed again and again, and he immediately turned his head to look up into the sky. Suddenly I sensed a powerful aura approaching. This aura seems to be Vegeta's. Is that guy here again? Krillin said in a deep voice, and immediately prepared for battle. Hey? Vegeta. Bulma was also slightly stunned. Bang! The next moment, Vegeta fell from the sky holding Emily and landed next to Bulma and Krillin. Krillin was a little confused. Is this Vegeta? He seems to be wearing earthling clothes. Why is this guy dressed like this? Also, who is this beautiful woman? Emily. Bulma was slightly stunned, staring at Emily beside Vegeta without blinking. Hee, Bulma, long time no see, how are you? Emily greeted. You. Bulma took a long time to react. Let me introduce you, this is my boyfriend Vegeta. Emily introduced with a smile. Bulma. Krillin. The two of them were speechless. Vegeta has a girlfriend? Hey, is this the Namek People's Universe ship? Vegeta smiled, you guys are going to Namek, right? Bulma was stunned again. Krillin also widened his eyes, looking shocked. How did he know we were going to Namek? Little bald guy, be careful when you go to Namek. Vegeta walked up and patted Krillin's bald head. Krillin trembled with fear. Be careful about what? Krillin asked courageously. Namek and his party, you might get blown to pieces by Frieza. Vegeta smiled. Frieza? Who is that? Krillin looked confused. You'll know when you get there. Vegeta smiled mysteriously. Who is Frieza? Bulma, do you know him? Krillin asked Bulma again. Bulma shook her head. What about you, aren't you going? Vegeta. Krillin asked again, mustering up the courage. I'll go, but not now. Vegeta smiled, good luck. The other side. Bulma and Emily were also whispering. Emily, when did you meet Vegeta? Bulma asked. We have known each other for more than a week, right? Emily pondered, he saved me then. When he saved me, he asked me if I wanted to be his girlfriend. Really, I have never met someone as direct as him. And you became his girlfriend. Bulma smiled wryly. Otherwise, if you meet such a great man, just marry him quickly. Alimi said with a smile. You're amazing. You've been like this since you were a child. Bulma sighed, as your old classmate and best friend, I think I have to tell you something. This Vegeta is very evil. Chapter 139. You seem to have told me this before, and I suddenly remembered it now. Emily smiled indifferently, it doesn't matter. No matter how evil he is, as long as he treats me well, that's all. Why hasn't Gohan come yet? Krillin muttered to the side. Vegeta already has a girlfriend. Why don't I have a girlfriend yet? Vegeta's girlfriend seems to know Bulma. Is this Bulma's best friend? Call out. An airship came flying from a distance and quickly stopped in Bulma's yard. Shishi and Ox King came to see Gohan off. Sorry, we are late, said Shishi. Ah. Is this the universe spaceship? How amazing! Ox King exclaimed. Gohan, always remember to brush your teeth after eating. Shishi reminded. Son Gohan's hair is combed straight, and he looks like a good baby at this moment. However, neither Bulma nor Krillin spoke. Because Vegeta was there. Son Gohan also immediately noticed Vegeta's appearance at the scene, and his expression changed again and again. Don't worry, I'm not here to fight you this time, you should go to Namek first. Vegeta smiled softly. Son Gohan was stunned for a long time and was a little confused. Uncle Krillin, what does he mean by this? Son Gohan asked Krillin in a low voice. I don't know either. Maybe he just started dating a girlfriend and it's not convenient for him to do it in front of her. Krillin guessed. Son Gohan. Girlfriend. Son Gohan was stunned. She's Bulma's best friend, her name is Emily. Krillin said. Ah? Is she Vegeta's girlfriend? Son Gohan was speechless. Gohan, what happened? Shishi asked. It's okay mom, nothing happened. Son Gohan responded quickly. Okay, we can go now, no more wasting time, Bulma urged. The three of them walked towards the universe spaceship. Hey, you guy named Vegeta, don't bully Emily. If I find out, I will let Lu Fan deal with you. Bulma threatened Vegeta before leaving. Vegeta bared his teeth. Also, stop doing evil and live a good life here with Emily, Bulma added. Shut up. You vulgar woman from Earth. You don't have to teach me. Vegeta shouted angrily. Bang. The hatch of the universe spacecraft is closed. Bulma, Krillin, and Son Gohan entered the universe spaceship. Target, Namek. Go. Bulma said to the central system. Call out. The universe spacecraft soared into the sky and soon passed through the atmosphere and left the Earth's gravitational pull. Ms. Bulma, we haven't fastened our seat belts yet. Clint exclaimed. We can move freely now. After leaving the atmosphere, the universe spacecraft is stable. Bulma replied. Hey? Has it flown out already? Clint was stunned. I want to see the Earth. Son Gohan hurried to the window. Bulma walked inside the room. Miss Bulma, where are you going? Clint asked. Mind your own business. I'm going to change my clothes. Bulma yelled. Change clothes? Aren't your clothes pretty good? Clint scratched his head. Bulma ignored Clint and slammed the door shut before going inside the room. I'm afraid Miss Bulma is so angry because she didn't see her boyfriend. Krillin guessed, then scratched his head and said, I forgot to bring pajamas, Gohan, how about you? I brought everything with me. Son Gohan smiled and opened the small bag he had brought with him. Besides that, I also secretly made a set of clothes for myself, the same as Uncle Piccolo's. You respect Piccolo very much, said Clint. Yeah, he's just like Dad. Son Gohan nodded. The two chatted for a while. Women are so slow at changing clothes. Clint sighed. Son Gohan said nothing. It seems a bit slow. It's been half an hour, why hasn't it been changed yet? Even if it's slow, it should be fine. Could he have gone straight to bed after changing his clothes? Clint guessed. It's possible. Son Gohan nodded. What should we do? Let's ignore her for now. Let's try meditation. Clint suggested. Okay, Uncle Krillin. Son Gohan nodded. Let's go back 29 minutes. Just when Bulma had just taken off her clothes and was clean. The figures at the scene flashed. Swish. Lu Fan appeared in front of Bulma through instant transmission and looked Bulma up and down. Bulma. You showed up at the right time. Yeah, you have a good figure, keep it up. Lu Fan commented. Bulma quickly covered her chest. No need to cover it. You've already seen it. What's the point of covering it up again? Lu Fan said with a smile. Ah. You're so annoying. Bulma's face turned red as she shouted in a delicate voice. Let me change you into a set of clothes. Lu Fan said, placing his hand on Bulma's chest. Bulma. Are you changing my clothes, or? Bang. There was a flash of light in Lu Fan's hand, and a bikini covered Bulma's body. Well, this dress should be very nice, it has your mother's style. Lu Fan said. Does it smell like my mother? Bulma was stunned and looked down at the clothes she was wearing. Bulma was speechless at that moment. You got a bikini, why does it smell like my mom? Isn't your mother's name Bijani? This is bikini, a homonym. Lu Fan said. Bulma didn't want to talk anymore. There was a brief silence. Lu Fan, change back to normal clothes. Bulma said angrily. Okay. Lu Fan said and put his hand on Bulma's chest again. Bulma. Change. Lu Fan muttered something, and his big hand shone brightly. Suddenly, a new set of clothes was covering Bulma. Finally a relatively normal set of clothes. Bulma wiped the sweat off her face. Let's go home. Lu Fan said. Go home. Bulma was stunned. That's right, go home. Lu Fan nodded. I'm going to Namek. If I go home, and something goes wrong with the universe ship in space, they might both die. Bulma said. I calculated that there will be absolutely no problem with the two of them, so you can rest assured. Lu Fan said. Bang. Lu Fan said, placing his hand on Bulma's shoulder. The next moment, Lu Fan used instant transmission and quickly disappeared with Bulma. Chapter 140. The headquarters of the Universal Capsule Group. It's going so fast. It's out of sight just after it was launched. Emily looked up at the sky. Gohan, don't forget to use conditioner. She shouted. Emily. Vegeta, are you going to Namek too? Emily asked. Of course, I'm going to defeat that guy named Frisia myself. Vegeta nodded. So do you have a universe ship? Emily asked. Vegeta suddenly remembered that his universe spaceship seemed to have been kicked away by Lu Fan. By that time, the universe ship had lost contact and was probably no longer usable. How do I get to Namek? By the way, isn't there Lu Fan? Lu Fan can take me to Namek. How to get to Namek? None of this seems important. What's important is that I become a Super Saiyan as soon as possible. Otherwise I would die if I went to Namek. I don't know how my peaceful state of mind has been honed. Have my S cells increased? Bulma is so mean. She didn't even tell me in advance that she was going to space. I should have given her a gift before she left. Emily said. Talking. Swish. The air at the scene fluctuated. The next moment, Lu Fan appeared on the scene with Bulma via instant transmission. Emily's eyes widened in shock. Vegeta is no longer surprised. Lu Fan was able to bring back the future Kakarot, and it didn't seem like there was anything to be surprised about when he suddenly showed up on the scene and brought back the woman from Earth. Bulma? Am I seeing things? Emily rubbed her eyes vigorously. Didn't you leave on the universe spaceship? Bulma looked around and found that she was already home. Bulma didn't know what to say for a moment. Krillin and Gohan, you two are on your own. Hey? Bulma? Why are you back? She was stunned and asked. I said, I forgot to take something, I can come back to get it, do you believe it? Bulma said. She. Ox King. Emily. Vegeta is good, that's right, your mood has calmed down a lot, and the S cells in your body have begun to grow. Lu Fan stepped forward and patted Vegeta's shoulder. Humph, this kind of thing is easy to do once you know how to do it. Vegeta said stubbornly. If you continue at this pace, I estimate that by the time they arrive in Namek, you should be able to become a Super Saiyan. Lu Fan murmured. Vegeta was surprised and happy when he heard Lu Fan's words. Does this mean that in just over a month, I can become a Super Saiyan? Happiness comes too suddenly. Come on, don't embarrass me. Lu Fan said. Tisk. Vegeta grinned. Let's go, Bulma. Lu Fan called. Where are you going? This is my home. Bulma wiped her sweat. Yes, this is your home. I almost forgot. Lu Fan laughed dryly, you can all leave. Vegeta and others. On the universe spacecraft. Another 2 hours passed. Son Gohan and Krillin still found that there was no movement in Bulma's room. The two suddenly realized that something was wrong. Go check it out, Gohan, don't be in trouble. Krillin said quickly, it's not some sudden illness. Ah? If you get sick, there's no way to get treatment on this spaceship. Son Gohan said nervously. Let's take a look first. Krillin walked up and knocked on the door. There was no reaction in the room. Ms. Bulma. Are you there? Son Gohan asked. Gohan, what you said, where else could Miss Bulma be if not in there? Krillin said with a smile. Yet. Son Gohan nodded. Miss Bulma, are you sleeping? Clint asked. If you are, let me know. We are going in. As he said that, Krillin knocked on the door again. What if Bulma is sleeping naked there? It would be inappropriate for us to barge in like this. The two knocked on the door for a while, but still found no response, so they went forward to open the door. The door opened. The two came into the room. Then, Krillin and Son Gohan were surprised to find that Bulma was not in the room. Where are they? Where are you, Bulma? Krillin asked. Ms. Bulma. Son Gohan also said quickly. Still no one answered. Is it haunted? Krillin wiped his sweat. Ah? Ghost. Son Gohan was suddenly a little scared and hid behind Krillin, grabbing his clothes tightly. Bulma, don't hide, I've found you. Krillin suddenly shouted. Hey? Where is she? Son Gohan asked quickly. I lied to her. Krillin whispered, if I say that, she might come out on her own. But Uncle Krillin, the space on the universe spaceship is so small, there's no way she can hide. Son Gohan asked helplessly. What do you know? Maybe there's a secret room in here. If you press it, you can enter another dimension. Krillin guessed, let's both look for it carefully. The two of them searched around the room. The two searched for a long time but found nothing. Then Son Gohan and Krillin searched outside the room again. Still no Bulma. Ms. Bulma is missing. Krillin was speechless. Who can I go to for justice in this matter? Why not make a phone call to Earth? Son Gohan suggested. You're right, Gohan. Krillin nodded, we have to let them know. With that, Krillin walked up and picked up the phone, thought for a moment, and dialed Bulma's home number. Hello, this is Dr. Brief's house. Bulma said. Are you, Bulma's mother? Krillin asked cautiously. Idiot, I'm Bulma. Bulma yelled. Hey? Bulma? I was just looking for you. Where have you been? Krillin was stunned, a little confused. Where else would I go? Bulma smiled. Didn't you call my family? Hey? Are you on Earth? Krillin was stunned. Yes, I'm back on Earth. You two can have a good trip on the road. We will reach Namek in about 40 days. Bulma smiled. Krillin didn't react for a long time. Have you returned to Earth? How did you get back? Chapter 141. How did you get back to Earth? Krillin asked. Is that why you called? Bulma smiled. Krillin didn't want to talk anymore. Krillin hung up the phone in confusion. Time passed day by day. The Universe spacecraft traveled in space for nearly 40 days and finally arrived at Namek. Gohan, look, that's Namek. Krillin said while pulling Son Gohan. What a beautiful planet! Son Gohan exclaimed. The Universe spacecraft landed slowly on Namek. Crunch! The hatch of the Universe spacecraft opens. Krillin and Son Gohan set foot on Namek. This place looks a lot like where Uncle Piccolo and I practiced. Son Gohan said. Is it the place where we first fought the Scion? Krillin replied, maybe it's instinct. Fighting in a place close to home should help us stay calm. Uncle Krillin, let's quickly check the Dragon Ball radar, Son Gohan suggested. You're right. Let's see if there's a Dragon Ball first. Krillin took out the Dragon Ball radar and pressed it. The Dragon Ball radar shows the locations of the 7 Dragon Balls. As expected, there is a Dragon Ball reaction. Krillin was surprised and happy. That's great. Son Gohan also had anticipation on his face. However, as soon as Son Gohan finished speaking, he suddenly turned his head and looked to the other side. Gohan, what's wrong with you? Krillin asked. Uncle Krillin, there are a lot of powerful auras over there. Son Gohan said. Krillin also immediately released his senses, and indeed, he sensed that something was not right over there. There are indeed many auras, and they are all very powerful. What's going on? Krillin's face changed color and he guessed, is it the Namek people? It doesn't feel like, it feels like an evil aura. Son Gohan said. Of course I also sensed an evil aura. The reason I said that just now was to comfort myself. Krillin said with a wry smile. Uncle Krillin, should we go over and take a look? Son Gohan asked. I'm really worried. Why don't I go over and take a look? Krillin gritted his teeth. As the two of them were talking about this, Son Gohan turned his head again and looked to the other side. Uncle Krillin, someone is coming over there. Son Gohan's face changed color. Gohan, maybe we're overthinking it, he could be a Namek, Krillin smiled. Yeah, I hope so. Son Gohan nodded, but Uncle Krillin, don't forget, Vegeta seemed to know in advance that we were coming to Namek, and he also said something about Frieza. Frieza? Never heard of this name? Could he be the great elder of the Namek people? Krillin held his chin in thought. As they were talking, 2 of Frieza's patrol soldiers appeared in the distance and came face to face with Son Gohan and Krillin. If they're not Namek, who are they? Why bother? Anyway, our orders are to kill everyone on this planet. Krillin and Son Gohan were also silently studying the 2 aliens across from them. Look at their outfits, they look a lot like Vegeta's. Krillin frowned, but they shouldn't be Scion. Aren't there only a few of you left among Scion? I have a bad feeling. Yeah. Son Gohan nodded. Frieza's 2 soldiers also flew into the sky and looked towards them. Let's keep calm and not explode. Krillin said to Son Gohan. Son Gohan nodded vigorously. Frieza's 2 soldiers soon discovered that the combat effectiveness of these 2 guys was almost zero. It seems that they are here for tourism. Their luck is really bad. Let's destroy their universe spaceship first to prevent them from running away. One of the soldiers said, aiming the energy cannon in his hand at the universe spaceship. Boom! The energy cannon fired, directly penetrating the central system of the universe spacecraft. A puff of green smoke came out of the universe spacecraft, and it could no longer fly. Ah, universe spaceship! Krillin exclaimed. Son Gohan's expression also turned grim. Ha ha ha, these unlucky guys come here to travel at this time. The soldier laughed, showing a gloating face. Gohan, relax, these two guys are nothing. Krillin said. Yes. The two of them immediately burst into energy. Bang! Bang! The two launched an attack. With two muffled thuds, Frisia's two soldiers were knocked to the ground, deader than dead. Krillin and Son Gohan had just rested for a moment when they suddenly sensed a lot of auras flying towards them at a rapid speed in the distance. The two were so scared that they quickly found a cave to hide in. Frisia and his brothers flew over the cave. Krillin and Son Gohan turned pale and slumped to the ground. Gohan, did you see that? Krillin asked in a deep voice. I saw it, that guy's aura is too strong, stronger than Vegeta. Son Gohan nodded. Could he be the Frisia that Vegeta was talking about? Krillin was stunned. It's possible. Son Gohan said solemnly. Krillin immediately took out the Dragon Ball radar and took a closer look. After seeing this, Krillin's expression changed again and again. Sure enough, just as I expected, Dragon Ball is indeed in their hands. Cold sweat rolled down Krillin's face. Earth. Sato Hospital. Son Goku is still in hospital. Son Goku is doing sit-ups in the hospital room to exercise his body. You're messing around again, Mr. Son Goku. The doctor walked in. The beautiful female nurse was also surprised. Ah! Doctor! Son Goku greeted. This is outrageous. I've told you many times that if you continue like this you'll never be discharged from the hospital, the doctor scolded. I'm sorry. Son Goku apologized. I don't believe the ridiculous story about you fighting aliens. I only know that you were seriously injured, said the doctor. Humph, Kakarot is right, he was indeed fighting aliens, and he was injured because of the fight with aliens. Vegeta's voice sounded outside, and he walked in. Who are you? The doctor was stunned. Vegeta. Son Goku's face changed color. Is this guy ready yet? And the alien he was talking about is me. Vegeta smiled. Doctor. You sound like you're really an alien. Vegeta, what are you doing here? My injuries haven't healed yet. I'll fight you after I recover. Son Goku said hurriedly. Kakarot, weren't you fully recovered before? How did you get injured now? Vegeta was a little puzzled. Chapter 142. I accidentally used a higher power Kaioken and hurt myself. Son Goku scratched his head. Vegeta. Are you trying to die on purpose? Vegeta, I'm no match for you right now. Son Goku said. Don't worry, Kakarot, I didn't say I would fight you right now. Vegeta smiled. That's good. Son Goku breathed a sigh of relief. What brought you here? Humph, it's not a big deal. I came here to invite you to Namek. Vegeta said. Namek. Son Goku was stunned again. Didn't Krillin and Gohan already go there? They should be here by now, right? A very scary guy appeared on Namek. He is Frisia, known as the Emperor of the Universe. Vegeta smiled. It is worth mentioning that planet Vegeta where we Science live was destroyed by this guy. Didn't my brother say that planet Vegeta was destroyed by a giant meteorite? Son Goku asked. Humph, we were all fooled by Frisia. Vegeta gritted his teeth and said, that guy wants to destroy all Science. Is he powerful? Son Goku asked again. His combat power is 120 million. Do you think he is powerful? Vegeta said. Son Goku was dumbfounded at that time. Ahem, are you kidding? Son Goku laughed dryly. Don't scare me like that, Vegeta. I didn't lie to you. Although your combat power has greatly improved, it is less than 100,000 at most. Vegeta said. Son Goku. Goku, what's going on? As the two were talking, Master Roshi walked in from outside. The next moment, Master Roshi saw Vegeta appearing in the ward. Is this Vegeta? Master Roshi was stunned, his expression changing again and again. Master Roshi, you came at the right time. Let me ask you, how big is the difference between 100,000 and 120 million? Son Goku asked hurriedly. Vegeta fell to the ground, feeling unwell. Are you an idiot? Ahem, why do you suddenly ask this question? Master Roshi wiped his sweat and even extended his hand to the beautiful female nurse. Well, the gap is huge. Ah! The nurse uttered a cry of surprise. Doctor! This family is not normal, we should get out of here as soon as possible. The doctor and the nurse hurriedly left the ward. If we are really that far behind him, then Gohan and Krillin will be in danger. Son Goku said in a deep voice, then turned to look at Master Roshi. Grandpa, what are you doing here? I'm here to tell you that Gohan and Krillin have arrived safely on Namek, but not long after they got off the spaceship, the universe spaceship was destroyed by human hands. Master Roshi sighed, and they met a very scary guy on Namek. That guy is said to be very powerful. Could that person they are talking about be Frieza? Son Goku turned his head and looked at Vegeta. That's right. Vegeta nodded. Vegeta, I heard that you are dating Bulma's best friend Emily. Master Roshi asked, adjusting his glasses. Humph, old man, you'd better not meddle in other people's business and don't ask such boring questions. Vegeta snorted. Really? Son Goku was stunned, are you two together? Shut up Kakarot! Vegeta yelled. Well, no matter what, we must find a way to bring Krillin and Gohan back. Son Goku said. Hey, Goku, you're still alive. Just then, Yajirobe walked in from outside with a bag of senzu beans in his hand. The senzu beans have finally grown, and there are only these. The immortal Garen asked me to bring the only 7 senzu beans. As Yajirobe spoke, his expression gradually froze. Yajirobe immediately spotted Vegeta appearing in the room. Yajirobe was so frightened that his soul almost flew away. Why is this guy Vegeta still here? Are you the fat guy who cut off my tail? Vegeta looked at Yajirobe with a smile. Yajirobe was such a coward at that time that he fell to his knees and kowtowed for mercy. Forget it. I'm in a peaceful state of mind now. I won't hold grudge against you about the past. Vegeta said with a smile. Yajirobe looked confused. There was a brief silence. Hey, Goku, is this guy really Vegeta? Yajirobe was a little unconvinced, could it be that the kitten next to Yamcha? Ha ha ha, he really is Vegeta. Let's not talk about this for now, just give me the senzu beans. Son Goku said. You're the same. Why are you using Kaioken so well? You have to be hospitalized to be happy. Yajirobe handed over the senzu beans. Son Goku immediately ate the senzu beans. Suddenly, Son Goku's injuries healed immediately. Son Goku immediately took off the bandages on his body and changed into a new set of clothes. Give me the remaining senzu beans too. Son Goku directly took away Yajirobe's senzu beans. Vegeta, are you going to Namek too? Master Roshi asked. Of course, I'm going to deal with that guy named Frieza myself. Vegeta smiled lightly. But how are you going to get there? Master Roshi asked. When Bulma's father came to visit me, I made an appointment with him to build another universe ship just in case. Son Goku explained, this ship is made of the materials I used when I came to Earth. So that's how it is. Master Roshi understood. Vegeta, how about we go together? Son Goku invited. Humph, there's no need for that. I'm not going to ride on a universe ship with you. Vegeta smiled, my universe ship has also been modified. Really? Son Goku nodded, then we'll see you on Namek. Vegeta smiled. Soon, Vegeta and Son Goku landed one after another in the yard of the Universal Capsule Group's headquarters. As soon as the two of them landed, they saw Lu Fan appear in the yard. Are you, that Lu Fan? Son Goku scratched his head. Are you all ready? If you are, let's set off. Lu Fan saw 2 universe spaceships in the distance. Hey? Is this the modified universe spaceship? Son Goku was slightly stunned. Vegeta stepped directly onto the universe ship. Just wait. I now have a peaceful heart. The moment I step onto Namek, I will become a true Super Saiyan. Chapter 143. Son Goku also walked towards the universe spaceship. Is that guy named Frieza really that powerful? I don't know why, although I am very clear about the gap between him and me, I am still very excited. Swoosh! Swoosh! The two universe spaceships quickly sank into the void and soon disappeared without a trace. Son Goku and Vegeta's universe spaceships flew towards Namek one after another. It's time to add some spice to you. Lu Fan smiled, with the corners of his mouth slightly raised, forming a shallow arc. Hey? Are Goku and Vegeta gone? Bulma looked up at the sky. Vegeta left too? That's so infuriating. He didn't even say hello. Emily's face showed anger. Emily, how long have you been dating? Bulma turned around and asked. How long will it take? About 40 days. Emily replied. Are you asleep? Bulma asked curiously. Emily. Did Lu Fan sleep with you? Emily asked back. Swish. As the two women were talking, Lu Fan used instant transmission and disappeared. Bulma. Emily. Bulma, where did Lu Fan go again? Emily asked. Who knows? His move is called instant transmission. He can go anywhere. Bulma snorted, it's so annoying. Are all scions like this? They go anywhere without saying hello. Do you think he will teleport to the girls' bathroom? Emily thought. Emily. You're boring. Bulma glared. Swish. Lu Fan came back soon. Emily, since you are Bulma's best friend, I didn't deliberately target you. Lu Fan said with a dark face. Hey? Why are you back again? I was just joking. Emily smiled awkwardly. Then I'm going to play a joke on you too. How about I send you to the men's bathroom? Lu Fan grinned. What did you say? Emily's face changed color. Swish. Lu Fan put his hand on Emily's shoulder and used instant transmission to send her to the men's bathroom. After seeing the scene in the men's bathroom, Emily covered her face and ran around. Everyone in the men's bathroom felt that happiness came too suddenly. Why is there an extra woman here? And she looks pretty good. Fortunately, we live in a civilized society now, and security guards soon showed up and took Emily out. Lu Fan ignored Emily. You provoked me first. Swish. Lu Fan disappeared again through instant transmission. Universe 11. Proud Planet. Lu Fan appeared on the planet. In the next few days, Lu Fan dealt with several evil people who did evil. What made Lu Fan speechless was the law and order in this star region, the proud planet of the 11th universe, is quite chaotic. The Pride planet is not quite the same as the Earth and other planets. The proud planet belongs to a vast nebula. There are many satellites near the planet, and there are many people on the satellites. And there are other planets near the satellite. Here, Lu Fan felt a little bit like the Star Wars. At this time, Lu Fan appeared on the second satellite of the proud planet. At the same time, in the conference room of the Pride Planet headquarters, Dispo is holding a meeting. All those present were members of the Pride team. But there weren't many people, only 4. The 4 people are Dispo, Kaesler, Kokot and Quincy. We've been a little short on manpower lately, so we should bring in some fresh blood, suggested Kaesela. Kaeslar is right. Many evil legions have indeed appeared in recent times. Dispo nodded. Deputy Captain, where is the captain? I haven't seen him for a long time. Kokot asked. It seems the captain went to Lord Vermit. Lord Vermit wants to see him about something. Dispo replied, let's not talk about that for now, everyone can see if there are any candidates you can recommend. Feel free to speak up. We have heard of a man in the past 4 weeks. He is quite powerful. Kaesalal replied, the people from the nearby evil army avoid him when they see him. Oh? Is there such a person? Dispo was a little surprised. Who is he? Kaziril, have you seen him? Quincy asked. I haven't seen him either, and I don't know his true identity yet. Kaseller replied, but I heard that his name seems to be Lu Fan. Lu Fan? This name is a bit strange. Dispo murmured. Let me check where he is. Kokot said, and the magic flame in his hand burst out, covering a computer. Bang! A blurry figure soon appeared on the computer screen. Strange. Why is his figure blurry? I can't see his face. Kokot was stunned for 3 seconds. Where is it? Let me go and take a look, said Dispo. It seems to be on satellite 2, inside a villa area. Cocotte gave the location. Satellite 2. Dispo nodded. With my speed, I can fly over there quickly. I'll go meet this person. Call out. Dispo left as soon as he said he would, and turned into a stream of light and disappeared quickly. Satellite 2 is not very far from the proud planet, about the distance from the Earth to the Moon. With Dispo's speed, he quickly arrived at the scene and appeared in the villa area. Dispo looked around for Lu Fan. After searching for about a minute, Dispo saw a person. This person is wearing Supreme Kai clothing. Dispo had heard of Supreme Kai, after all, their captain Topo was a substitute in Gods of Destruction. Topo also often teaches these team members some knowledge about the divine world. Supreme Kai. Dispo was stunned and looked at Lu Fan. How dare you? You don't kneel down when you see Supreme Kai. Lu Fan shouted. Dispo. Kneel down, sister. Are you the Supreme Kai of our universe? Besides, even if you are the Supreme Kai of our universe, why should I kneel? Ahem. Mr. Supreme Kai, I wonder which universe you are from. Dispo laughed dryly. I haven't heard that there is a new Supreme Kai taking office in our universe. Lu Fan smiled but said nothing. You must be the Supreme Kai from another universe. Dispo snorted. Yet. Lu Fan nodded. Are you Lu Fan? Dispo asked. You are well informed. Lu Fan said with a smile. You can tell at a glance. Dispo snorted. Cocotte's magic can't show you. You must have blocked it with your divine power, right? Also, the nearby evil army took a detour when they saw you. I'm afraid it's because you are the Supreme Kai. I finally know why. Chapter 144. Are you sure you don't want to kneel? Lu Fan smiled. Stop making such ridiculous jokes. Dispo yelled, you are a Supreme Kai from another universe, or maybe you are a trainee Supreme Kai. Why should I kneel to you? What you said seems to make some sense. Lu Fan nodded. Dispo. Are you here to train in our universe? Dispo snorted. No, I'm here for tourism. Lu Fan said with a smile. As you wish. Dispo didn't want to do anything excessive to the Supreme Kai. As for inviting this Supreme Kai to join the Pride team, that's unlikely. He may not be from our 11th universe after all. Well, goodbye. Dispo left immediately after saying this. After saying this, he turned into a stream of light and disappeared. It wasn't long before Dispo returned to the meeting room. How is it, Deputy Captain? Have you seen that man? Asked Casella. I saw him. That guy is a Supreme Kai from another universe, maybe a trainee Supreme Kai, he probably came here to gain experience. Dispo explained. What? It turns out to be Supreme Kai. No wonder those people are avoiding him. Cocotte understood. If the captain also reveals his identity as an intern of the Gods of Destruction, our work would seem to be much easier. Quincy smiled. The captain doesn't want to say it. He wants to grow up as quickly as possible through this method, so that he can become a true Gods of Destruction soon. Dispo replied. What a pity. Since that guy is a Supreme Kai, or a Supreme Kai from another universe, he probably won't be able to join our team. Kaesler sighed. We can only find someone else to join. Coco said. The four people were still discussing what to do next in the conference room. Suddenly, Lu Fan appeared outside the conference room via instant transmission. This conference room is a hemispherical structure. Lu Fan put his hand on the wall of the conference room. Swish! Lu Fan used instant transmission and disappeared with the conference room and the four people inside. In just a moment, Lu Fan brought them to Namek in the 7th universe. Then, Lu Fan walked away with a swagger. Dispo and others were completely unaware of this and were still continuing their meeting inside. About 2 more minutes passed. Hey, have you noticed, it seems to have turned green outside. Cocotte turned his head and found that something was wrong. Dispo and others also immediately looked towards the window. It seems that the sky has indeed turned green. However, the glass of this house is frosted, so it is not very clear. Is anyone setting off green smoke bombs? Coco asked curiously. Let's go out and take a look, Quincy suggested. Cocotte stepped forward and opened the door of the conference room. The next moment, Cocotte was stunned. Where is this place? What Cocotte was sure of was that this was definitely not the Pride planet. The moment Kokot opened the door of the conference room, Dispo and others also looked outside. Then, everyone present was stunned. Several people walked out of the room with confused looks on their faces and stepped onto this strange land. Where is this place? Why are we here? Quincy asked. This is really weird. Dispo gritted his teeth. Why not fly up to the sky and have a look, suggested Casella. That's a good idea. Dispo nodded. Call out. Dispo quickly transformed into a stream of light and soon appeared high in the sky above Namek. Dispo saw such a green planet. Beyond the planet's outer atmosphere is a vast universe. There is nothing in the universe. It doesn't even have a satellite. Even if there is, it is very far away. Dispo felt like he was no longer calm. How did we end up here? Namek, the Great Elder's room. During this time, Krillin and Son Gohan were also acting cautiously on Namek. But the two were lucky enough to successfully rescue Dende from Frisia. Led by Dende, Krillin and Son Gohan appear at the Great Elder's residence. Welcome, welcome. You two are from Earth, right? The Great Elder said as he sat in his seat, looking at Krillin and Son Gohan. Thank you very much for saving my child Dende. Ah, that's nothing, Krillin said quickly. That villain almost killed all my children. He wanted to seize the Dragon Ball. The Great Elder said in a deep voice, the Dragon Ball is the symbol of the wisdom and strength of the Namek people. It is our hope. Great Elder, let's get straight to the point. Krillin gritted his teeth and said, would you please lend me the Dragon Ball? I promise not to give it to the robbers back then. Yes, we promise. Son Gohan also said. I also ask you, Great Elder, that if you can fulfill the wishes of the Earthlings, Dragon Ball will appear on Earth again. Dende said. What? Is there Dragon Ball on Earth? Are there Namek people there too? The Great Elder was slightly stunned. Yes, a long time ago, when this planet was facing a climate crisis, he arrived on Earth on a universe spacecraft. Klin nodded. Is it Kata's child? The Great Elder understood. I didn't expect that child to arrive on Earth safely. This is really cause for celebration. That child is indeed the genius who created Dragon Ball. But did that genius die of old age, or was he murdered? Ah, he was killed by Scion Vegeta. Krillin replied. Killed by Scion. The Great Elder was stunned again. Scion is indeed worthy of his reputation. He was able to defeat the genius warrior of the Dragon Clan. Could it be that Scion is a Super Scion? What Super Scion? Krillin asked in confusion. Sorry, guests from Earth, please come over here. The Great Elder greeted. Krillin stepped forward. Let me know about your past. The Elder put his hand on Krillin's head and read his memory. Krillin looked confused. Son Gohan remained silent. So that's how it is. In order to get rid of the sin in his heart, he became two people. The Great Elder understood. The genius's power was reduced by half, so he was killed. If he was still one person, maybe he would not be killed this time. Become a human. Krillin was stunned. That's not important anymore. The Great Elder said, taking off the Dragon Ball from his head. I'm very happy. Your wishes are pure and your performance so far has been very brave. I give this Dragon Ball to you. As he said that, the Great Elder handed the Dragon Ball to Krillin. Krillin took the Dragon Ball with both hands. Chapter 145. However, we Namek people are not a people who can be bullied at will. The Great Elder changed the subject. Hey? What do you mean? Klin was stunned. We still have one last resort that we haven't used yet, said the Great Elder. Nilo was also slightly stunned. Could it be that the Great Elder wants to? What? Do you have any last trick? Klin asked curiously. That's right. We Nameks use this method to resist powerful foreign enemies. The Great Elder murmured. What method? Klin asked quickly. Assimilation, said the Great Elder. Assimilation? What is that? Klin was puzzled. We Namek people can become one. We can combine all Namek people into one person. The Great Elder smiled. Ah? Is this possible? Klin was surprised. The strength of the Namek people will be greatly improved after assimilation. The Great Elder said, and turned to look at Nehru. Nehru was silent. But after a brief silence, Nalu nodded solemnly. This is the only way to save Namek. Dende, I will pass the position of the Great Elder to you and let you keep Dragon Ball. The Great Elder said to Dende. Hey? You want me to be the Chief Elder? Dende was stunned, looking surprised. Dende, although you are very young, you are a genius among our Namek people. The Great Elder continued, Dende, come here for a moment. I want to stimulate your potential. My potential ability. Dende was stunned again and walked forward in confusion. The Great Elder placed his hand on Dende's head. Bang! Suddenly, an extremely powerful energy emerged from Dende's body. Dende, you are indeed a genius among our Namek people. You have the ability to heal others quickly. The Great Elder said with satisfaction, the rest of us Namek people can only provide simple treatment for the wounded, but you can heal so many people in succession and bring them back from the brink of death. Dende remained silent. Two Earthlings, come here too. I want to bring out your potential energy. The Great Elder continued. Is it okay? My potential energy. Klin was stunned and walked forward. The Great Elder placed his hand on Krillin's head again. Do I really have this kind of potential energy? After practicing hard, I feel like I've exceeded my limit. Klin said with a smile. Swish! An invisible energy quickly covered Krillin's body. Krillin felt that his energy had increased significantly at that time. Hey? This is true, this power is so strong. Krillin was surprised and happy, and waved to Gohan hurriedly, Gohan, come here quickly. Ah, okay. Son Gohan nodded and walked over to the Great Elder. The Great Elder placed his hand on Son Gohan's head again. Little guy, you are really amazing. After sensing Son Gohan's potential energy, the Elder couldn't help but be surprised. You have very powerful potential energy. Are you really from Earth? Hey? I'm the descendant of Earthlings and Scions. Son Gohan said nervously. So that's how it is. No wonder you possess such powerful energy. The Great Elder no longer hesitated and immediately channeled out Son Gohan's energy. Son Gohan's body was gleaming with energy, and he felt that his energy had been raised to the extreme. Next, Nilu. The Great Elder looked at Nilu again. Nalu walked forward with a heavy look on his face. Nell, use your body as a reference and begin assimilation. The Great Elder said, I have already given the position of Great Elder to Dende, and Dragon Ball will be preserved because of this. Nell, what you have to do next is to assimilate all the surviving members of the tribe and become a very powerful warrior to save our Namek. Yes, Great Elder. Nilu nodded solemnly. Please put your hand on my chest, said the Elder. Yes. Nilu flew up, appeared right in front of the Great Elder, and put his hand on him. If you want to defeat the opponent, I won't say much. Please do your best. The Elder said again. Yes. Nara nodded. Hey! The Great Elder shouted. Immediately afterwards, the Great Elder's body turned into a flame and quickly sank into Nilu's hands. In just a moment, the Great Elder's body entered into Nilu's body. Assimilation is complete. When I looked again, I saw that Nilu's body had also undergone some changes. Nilu has become a little stronger than before, but his overall appearance is similar to before. Huff, huff, huff. Nilu was breathing heavily and felt his body's energy increasing rapidly. Krillin was stunned. Son Gohan also widened his eyes, looking incredulous. So magical. Are the two just merged into one? Grand Elder. Dende almost shed tears. You should just call me Nero, Dende. Nero smiled and touched Dende's head. Ah, yes. Dende nodded. Now, I will leave immediately to assimilate the other tribesmen. You will go collect Dragon Balls and fulfill wishes. Nero ordered, let's split up. Yes. Dende nodded vigorously. Understood. Krillin responded. Okay. Son Gohan nodded. The four people acted separately. At this point, Frieza and the others have already collected 6 Dragon Balls. Only 1 Dragon Ball is left to complete the 7 Dragon Balls. In fact, there are only a few Nameks left alive. Since Vegeta hasn't come over yet, it's relatively easy for Frieza and the others to collect their 6 Dragon Balls. However, the Great Elder's Dragon Ball was ignored by Frieza and others. Frieza brought a lot of younger brothers with him. Finally, the younger brother who went out to investigate found the house of the Great Elder. I hurriedly reported to Dodoria. However, just when I finished the call, I saw a tall figure appear in front of me. Combat power 5000. The younger brother shivered and found out the opponent's combat power value through the detector. Namek people have always longed for peace, but they will never allow anyone to bully them. Nehru said coldly. Bang! Nayla punched the little brother into pieces. Then, Nehru took off into the sky to look for the surviving Namek people. That's amazing! Son Gohan said excitedly, just like Uncle Piccolo. Chapter 146. Yet. Krillin nodded. Let's go out and find a way to collect the Dragon Balls, Dende urged. Yes, Dende, you are the great elder now, you must not die. If you die, Dragon Ball will disappear. Krillin said hurriedly. From the area where Frieza et al. The person who went to investigate was killed. When he was dying, he showed a strong combat power reaction. The combat power is about 5,000. Dodoria reported to Frieza. You are so arrogant with only 5,000 combat power? The Namek people really don't know how to live or die. Frieza smiled contemptuously. Dodoria, you go over and kill him, and by the way, see if there is a Dragon Ball in his position. You two go with Dodoria. Yes, Lord Frieza. Dodoria immediately responded respectfully. The two younger brothers also bowed immediately. Bellucci, the detector you are wearing should be the last detector in our group. Protect it well. Frieza warned. Yes, Mr. Frieza. The younger brother named Bellucci responded immediately. Sir Frieza, let's set off then. Dodoria said. Go ahead. Frieza nodded, bring that Namek back to me. Yes. Dodoria soared into the sky. The two younger brothers quickly caught up. The three of them were flying fast in the green sky. While flying, Bellucci suddenly sensed several combat reactions through the detector. Bellucci, what happened? Dodoria asked. Mr. Dodoria, there are several combat power responses in that direction. Bellucci pointed to a location on the right, the combat power is 2,000 and 3,000, and there is one with 5,000. Oh! Dodoria turned her head and looked over there. But at the moment, the only detectors left on Frieza's side are this little brother and another scout. The scout's detector had been destroyed by Nehru. Now the only detector left is the one the soldier is carrying. During the previous battle in Dende's village, Elder Mulai destroyed all of Frieza's detectors. However, there was a spare detector on Frieza's universe spacecraft, so he just gave it to this little brother. Strange, I've scouted that area before, and there shouldn't be anyone there. Another little brother scratched his head. Mr. Dodoria, should we go over and take a look? Bellucci asked. Combat power 5,000, it should be that arrogant Namek man. Dodoria smiled. But, he was very far away before, how could he fly here in just a few minutes? Bellucci was a little puzzled. Maybe it's another Namek person. That's fine. I can ask him about the location of the last Dragon Ball. Dodoria smiled, feeling that happiness came too suddenly. Call out. The three of them changed their direction in the air and flew quickly to the other side. Soon, the three of them appeared above a spherical building. The next moment, Dodoria saw 4 people appearing below. That's strange, Mr. Dodoria. There are 4 of them, so why are there only 3 with combat response? Bellucci asked. Humph, this is not surprising. That guy may have deliberately concealed his fighting ability. Dodoria said lightly. Who are they? Another younger brother asked curiously. It's hard to tell which planet they are from. Maybe they don't belong to the galaxy under our jurisdiction. Dodoria murmured. Are we going to kill them? Bellucci asked. Didn't Lord Frieza say that he would kill everyone on this planet? Dodoria smiled, then dropped from the sky and landed right in front of Dispo. Dispo and others had just arrived and were confused for a while. Dispo also flew high into the sky and checked out the planet. It's just that Dispo can't survive in universe space. The structure of the Proud planet is different from here. Although there is a small vacuum layer between the Pride planet and its satellite, Dispo can pass through it and immediately enter the outer atmosphere of another planet. Besides, even if Dispo could survive in the universe, there was no way for him to leave now. After all, Dispo was unfamiliar with this place and had no idea where it was. At this moment, Dispo saw a pink swollen fat man appear on the scene, and his eyes lit up slightly. Cocotte and others were also so excited that they burst into tears. Finally saw a living person. Hey, fatty, where is this place? Dispo asked. Dodoria. Who are you calling fat? Is there anyone who greets others like you? The last Dragon Ball is in your hands, right? Dodoria replied directly. Dispo and others were even more confused. Dragon Ball? What is that? I'm asking you a question, don't answer irrelevantly. Do you know who we are? Dispo said coldly. I don't know, is it famous? Dodoria smiled gently. Deputy Captain, who are they? I feel like they have an evil aura. Coco frowned and said in a low voice. I also sensed it. It is possible that they are members of the Evil Legion, a branch of the Evil Legion. Casella added. Kcellar is right. I guess they really are members of the Evil Legion. Dispo nodded. We, the Pride team, are the messengers of peace. We will never allow the Evil Legion to do whatever it wants. Cocotte shouted in a delicate voice, I can sense that many people on this planet have unfortunately died. They should have been killed by the Evil Legion. You're right, Cocotte. Dispo said in a deep voice, but before we kill them, it's best to ask where this place is and ask all the questions we need to ask. Yes. Deputy Captain. Coco nodded. The Pride team? They said they were from the Pride team. Dodoria frowned and turned to ask Bellucci, do you know? Bellucci shook his head vigorously. I have never heard of such a team as the Pride team. I've heard of the Jinya Force. Bellucci laughed. Ha 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 ha, yet. Another unnamed little brother who was also trying to make his presence known laughed along. Did you hear that? That rabbit from the Pride team. Dodoria said with a smile, hand over the Dragon Ball as soon as possible, or you will die. Chapter 147. Did you hear that, Captain? Quincy chuckled. This fat guy actually wants to kill all of us. Let me take care of him, said Casalal. Go ahead and ask where this place is. Dispo nodded. You said you were going to deal with me? Just like a small guy like you think you can challenge me, Mr. Dodoria. Dodoria laughed at that time. Sword of Justice. Two swords emitting yellow-green light suddenly appeared in Castellar's hands. Call out. Casalal turned into a stream of light and rushed towards Dodoria. Dodoria was startled and dodged quickly. Puff. The sword in Casalal's hand directly cut Bellucci and another younger brother behind Dodoria in half. The two younger brothers were killed on the spot. Then, Kaziril turned around and looked at Dodoria with a smile. Dodoria's face changed slightly. This guy is pretty awesome. Dodoria turned her head and looked at the detector on Bellucci's eyes. This is the last detector. Master Frisia said to protect this probe. I'd better get this detector first. Dodoria flew towards Bellucci's direction and was about to grab his detector. Bang! Cocotte's magic bloomed in his hand, and a magical flame quickly covered the detector. Swish! Just as Dodoria was about to grab the detector, it appeared directly in Cocotte's hands. This seems to be their communication tool. Cocotte pondered and put it on his glasses. Oh! It can detect the opponent's energy value. This guy's energy value, or what they call combat power, is about 22,000. Dodoria. Who is this woman? Can you still pick up objects from a distance? Moreover, he can recognize our writing? Coco, look at me. Look at my fighting power. Quincy suddenly became interested. Your combat power? Only a little over 3,000. You're really bad, Quincy. Cocotte grinned. Do we need to burst out energy to gain more combat power? Quincy asked. Why don't you just burst out and try it? Cocotte said. Then I'll try it. Quincy nodded, and the energy in his body gradually burst out. Oh? Combat power is 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. Coco said. Bang! Cocotte was reading out numbers when the detector suddenly exploded. What happened? Why did it explode? Cocotte was stunned. Ha ha ha, my fighting power must exceed his specified value. Quincy said with a smile. I was just about to take it back to play with it, but you broke it. Cocotte looked unhappy. I don't care, you have to compensate me. What a trouble. I'll go back and compensate you with something else. Quincy snorted. That's good enough. Coco nodded contentedly. Dodoria, who was preparing to fight, was stunned after seeing such an astonishing scene. Did this guy blow up the detector? This means that this guy's combat power is at least over 40,000. Are they candidates for the Jinya force? It is said that the combat strength of the Jinya force members has reached about 40,000. So scary. I can't afford to offend these guys. Hey, I let you go on purpose just now. You have to be prepared for what happens next. Casalao looked at Dodoria with a smile. Who are you? Dodoria asked vigilantly. If the combat power of that guy named Quincy really exceeds 40,000, I am no match for him at all. I'd better quit while I'm ahead. Didn't I just say that? We are members of the Pride team. Casella snorted. I've never heard of any Pride team. Dodoria gritted her teeth. So, who are you? Who is your boss? Dispo interrupted, we are not interested in you. Tell us who is behind you. Don't you even know the famous Frisia Corps? Dodoria snorted. Frisia Corps? Dispo had of course never heard of it. Cocotte and others also shook their heads in confusion. How about this, I'll take you to meet my boss, Mr. Frisia. Dodoria said with a smile. Cocotte and the others immediately looked at Dispo, wanting to hear his opinion. Dispo frowned and held his chin in thought. You wouldn't dare, would you? Dodoria smiled. You were very arrogant just now, and don't you want to maintain the peace of this universe? Can you tell me where this place is first? Dispo asked with narrowed eyes. Namek. Dodoria roundabout. Namek. Dispo immediately looked at Cocotte and others. Cocotte and others also looked confused. I've never heard of this planet. What is going on? Then do you know where the Pride planet is? Dispo asked again. Never heard of the Proud planet? Is it very famous? Dodoria was also stunned. The two parties were not on the same channel at all. It took the other party a long time to think about what was said, and still didn't understand. Dispo. Dodoria. The two of them were speechless. We are all so famous, and you know nothing about it. Then lead the way and take me to meet your boss. Dispo snorted. Okay, no problem. Dodoria nodded, and pretended to be nonchalant and asked casually, have you heard of Dragon Ball? What Dragon Ball? You've been talking about this since just now. Did you come to this planet to find that thing called Dragon Ball? Casella snorted. Yes, it is said that if you collect 7 of them, you can play with them as pinballs, it's quite fun. Dodoria laughed dryly. After saying this, Dodoria stared at them closely. Dispo and others seemed to believe it. If you collect 7 of them, you can play them as pinballs? You guys are so boring. Forget it, we are not interested in things like Dragon Ball. We want to return to the Pride planet. Dispo said lightly. That deputy captain, aren't we going to eliminate him? Asked Cocotte. Let's find their boss first. Dispo smiled. Yeah. Coco nodded slightly. Come with me, Dodoria called. A bunch of idiots. I may not be able to defeat you alone now. Wait until I bring you to Lord Frisia, and let Lord Frisia destroy you. Dodoria was secretly happy. Chapter 148. Dodoria led the way. Dispo and 4 others followed him. Originally, Dodoria and his companions had not walked very far. They flew for only about 5 minutes before returning to the area where Frisia and his companions were. Frisia squinted his eyes and looked into the distance, and saw Dispo and others at a glance. Frisia frowned. Who are these 4 guys? Are they here for tourism? Bang! Dodoria fell rapidly from the air and appeared next to Frisia. Dispo and the other 4 looked down at Frisia who was sitting in the aircraft below. Is that their boss? Cocotte pondered. That should be the case. His energy is indeed very strong. Dispo nodded. I don't think he's anything special. Kaziril smiled. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal either. Quincy smiled. Let's go down and take a look. Dispo called. Below. Frisia was also listening to Dodoria's narration silently. Team Pride. Frisia muttered. Can just any random bunch of people form a team? Sir Frisia, that frog-like guy seems to have a combat power of over 40,000 and destroyed the only detector. Dodoria whispered. Oh? A combat power of over 40,000 is indeed quite impressive. Frisia rubbed his nose. That's why I brought them here, hoping that Lord Frisia would punish them. Dodoria said. So, did you find the Dragon Ball? Frisia narrowed his eyes and looked at Dodoria. Dodoria's face changed color again and again. Dodoria immediately dropped her head. In other words, you were out for about half an hour and didn't go looking for Dragon Ball at all. Instead, you brought back these 4 unrelated people. Frisia said with a dark face. Dodoria shuddered. And the last detector was destroyed because of you. Frisia said coldly. It's all their fault. Dodoria pointed at Dispo and others. Humph, I will take good care of them, but you'd better find the Dragon Ball as soon as possible. Otherwise I will punish you severely. Frisia shouted with a dark face. Yes. Dodoria responded immediately. Sabo, you come too. You two should act according to circumstances. Frisia snorted, by the way, go to the universe spaceship and ask the Jinya Force to come over and bring some probes. Ah? The Jinya Force. Dodoria shuddered again. Sir Frisia, do you need to call the Jinya Force over? Sabo was also stunned. Seeing this proud team made up of 4 random people, I want them to see the real Jinya Force. Frisia snorted. Yes. Lord Frisia. Sabo and Dodoria bowed. Now, the only brothers left to Frisia are Sabo and Dodoria. Most of the rest of the brothers died. The 2 of them no longer hesitated and flew away quickly. We can't let them escape. Quincy snorted and was about to chase them. Quincy, don't worry, they can't get away. Dispo smiled, let's have a good meeting with this Frisia first. Okay. Quincy nodded without objection. Dispo and the others slowly landed in front of Frisia. Team Pride? I've never heard of such a team. Frisia looked at Dispo with a smile, tell me, what is the purpose of your coming to Namek? Dispo and others. UFGBD. We never wanted to come to this planet. We came here without anyone noticing. God knows how we got here. As for the purpose, it's your sister's purpose. Are you here for tourism? Frisia smiled. Stop talking nonsense, you are the boss of the evil army, right? Quincy shouted, pointing at Frisia, our Pride team and the evil army are irreconcilable. Really? So this team you formed belongs to the messenger of justice. Frisia was so happy. Yes, the Pride team is the messenger of justice in this universe. Quincy said, we have always been generating electricity for love. Frisia. God is generating electricity for love. Okay, I won't waste my words with you. You are so unlucky to have met me, Frisia. Frisia smiled and pointed his finger at Quincy. Call out. Red energy condensed at the tips of Frisia's fingers. Suddenly, a red flame whizzed towards Quincy's location. Quincy was startled and tried to dodge. However, Frisia's flames were too fast. Bang! Frisia's red energy pierced directly through Quincy's heart. Quincy drew an arc in the air, fell heavily to the ground, and fainted on the spot. I thought you were so great, but it turns out you are just this lowly. How dare you come here to provoke me, Frisia? Frisia sneered. Quincy, Dispo, Cocotte and Kaziril all had their faces changing again and again. Then, Coco hurried forward and condensed the healing flame, covering Quincy's heart. Quincy's heart position is also gradually recovering. Oh? Healing spell. Frisia was slightly stunned and looked at Cocotte. This guy is not simple. You guys step back and I will deal with him. Dispo said in a deep voice. Deputy Captain, be careful, said Casella. Don't worry. Dispo said. He, I was just bored before I got all the Dragon Balls together, and you guys showed up at the right time, just enough to help me kill some time. Frisia smiled. Call out. However, just as Frisia finished his words, he saw a stream of light flying towards him. It was Dispo who made the move. Dispo was so fast that he appeared right in front of Frisia in an instant and slapped him in the face. Frisia's smile gradually froze. I was actually hit in the face by a rabbit? Bang, bang, bang. Dispo launched a fierce attack on Frisia. Boom. The flying machine that Frisia was sitting on was also blown up by Dispo's punch. Frisia slumped to the ground, feeling sick. Bang. Dispo kicked Frisia high into the air. Well done, Deputy Captain, he is no match for you at all. Casella said excitedly. At this time, Quincy had been almost treated and got up from the ground. Chapter 149. Are you okay? Quincy. Dispo asked with concern. It's okay. Damn it. I got caught by accident. I didn't even have time to react, and this guy suddenly attacked me. Quincy gritted his teeth, feeling so angry. Boom. As he was speaking, Frisia fell from the sky and hit the ground of Namek, leaving a crater on the ground. Frisia felt sick. Who is this rabbit? Not only is his energy strong, but his speed is also amazing. I can't get any advantage from him in this form. He's dead. Kokot smiled. The deputy captain is still very strong. Kaziril said with a smile. No, he's still alive. Dispo glanced in Frisia's direction. Frisia got up from the ground, brushed off the dust on his body, and his face became increasingly gloomy. Rabbit, you are not simple. Apart from my father, you are the first person who beat me up and made me covered in dirt. Frisia smiled. I find you're pretty tough. Dispo chuckled. It seems you don't know how powerful I, Frisia. Frisia snorted. Oh? Really? Are you that great? Dispo laughed. Just laugh as much as you can, because you won't be able to laugh anymore after a while. Frisia said, and transformed into his second form immediately. You can also transform. You're really an amazing race. Dispo was a little surprised. Let's move on to the second round of battle. Frisia smiled and raised his big hand suddenly. Suddenly, powerful energy surged wildly in all directions with Frisia as the center. Dispo and others immediately jumped high into the sky. Frisia smiled contemptuously, turned into a stream of light, and stabbed Dispo in the air with the pointed horns on his head. Swish! Just when Frisia thought he was going to hit Dispo, Dispo disappeared from where he was in an instant. In just a blink of an eye, Dispo appeared behind Frisia. Bang! Dispo kicked Frisia hard in the butt. Ouch! Frisia let out a scream and flew into the sky immediately. Swish! Dispo used his extremely fast speed to appear right above Frisia again in a flash. What? Frisia's expression changed again and again. Go to hell! Dispo performed an overhead kick and kicked Frisia in the head. Frisia's expression turned extremely ugly, and endless fear appeared in his eyes. Bang! Frisia hastily raised his arms and crossed them, trying to block Dispo's attack. Bang! However, it was of no use. Dispo's kick broke through Frisia's defense and hit him in the head. Frisia fell from the sky like a cannonball. Boom! The earth shook violently. Frisia left a massive crater in the ground. When I looked again, Frisia had fainted. Bang! Dispo slowly fell from the air and appeared next to Frisia. Humph, you're really weak. Dispo shook his head and spit on Frisia again. Frisia didn't react at all. Deputy Captain, well done. Kokot clapped his hands. It's nothing. This guy is just too weak. He is one of the weaker leaders among the evil army. Dispo smiled lightly. Humph, if he hadn't launched a sneak attack just now, I could have dealt with him. Quincy snorted. What should we do? Should we arrest him? Catch him and send him back to Pride Prison? Cassella suggested. However, after they finished speaking, the four of them fell silent. All we know is that this is Namek. We have arrived on a planet that is unfamiliar to us. We don't know where the Pride planet is yet. Let's ignore him for now. He can't cause any trouble anyway. Dispo groaned. Besides, we don't know whether he has committed a capital crime or not. It's not appropriate to execute him rashly. What does the deputy captain mean? Quincy asked. Leave him here and let him fend for himself. We have to find a way to return to the Pride planet and figure out how we got to this place. Dispo dragged his chin in thought. The deputy captain is right. Coco nodded. I'm wondering, could it be that Supreme Kai who teleported us here? Dispo muttered. Supreme Kai? Is that the Supreme Kai named Lu Fan you mentioned? Quincy asked. I'm just guessing. I don't know if it's true or not. Dispo shook his head. He's Supreme Kai, he can't be that idle, right? Coco said with a wry smile. You're right, he shouldn't be that bored. Dispo nodded, and said with some distress, the problem is, apart from him, I really can't think of why we came to such a strange planet. Let's take a look at the situation around us first, and see if there is any way to go back. Cassella suggested. Hey! Look what this is! It's so beautiful! Kokot walked near the 6 Dragon Balls, looked down, and picked up one of them. Is this the Dragon Ball they're talking about? Quincy walked over and analyzed, if you put 7 of them together, you can play pinball? How can you play a ball this big as a pinball? It's more like a bowling ball. Coco said with a smile. From what this guy called Frisia said, their main purpose for coming to this planet is to collect these things. Dispo pondered, if we collect 7 of these things, it will definitely not be like they said, playing pinball. It feels like something magical will happen. Then let's take this thing away and ask what it is used for. Quincy suggested. Take them all away. Dispo did not object. Planet Slug. The Namek Slag was sitting on the throne, with an expression of endless evil on his face. The younger brothers around him were all trembling with fear. Humph, it's time to attack that planet, said Slag. Swish. As he was speaking, there was a slight fluctuation in the space at the scene. The next moment, someone appeared behind Slag. The younger brothers below opened their eyes wide and looked shocked. Who is that person? Bang! Lu Fan slapped Slag on the back of the neck. Slag fainted before he even had time to react. Swish! Lu Fan used instant transmission and disappeared with Slag. Chapter 150. The younger brothers in the palace were all stunned. What happened? Where is our king? How strange! Many of the younger brothers also have some anticipation and excitement in their hearts. Was this demon taken away by God? Namek. Neru searched the planet for surviving Namek people. There are only a few Nameks left. Neru found 4 and assimilated with them. However, Nalu knew very well that just assimilating these 4 tribesmen was still far from being a match for Frisia. I'm still too late after all. Nalu sighed. At this moment, Nilu has a bit of the feeling of a great elder. Nilu almost sighed to the sky. Originally, the Great Elder believed that as long as they used Neru's body as a basis and continued to assimilate the surviving Namek people, they should be able to save their planet. But wishes are beautiful and ideals are very realistic. Too few Nameks survived. Swish! Just when Nilu felt a little desperate, there was a wave of air in the void at the scene. In just a moment, Lu Fan appeared at the scene with the unconscious Slag. You, who are you? Neilu looked at Lu Fan warily. But then, Neilu recognized the clothes on Lu Fan. Of course, it was not Neru who recognized him, but the Great Elder inside Neru's body. Is it Lord Supreme Kai? Nilu was stunned and asked quickly. Yes, I am Supreme Kai. Lu Fan nodded. Greetings to Lord Supreme Kai. Lord Supreme Kai came to Namek to save our Namek. Nalu was excited. No, I came here to watch the fun. Lu Fan said. Nehru. But I brought you a gift. Lu Fan said, pointing to Slag who was lying unconscious on the ground. Who is this? Nalu was stunned. He didn't recognize this Namek person. His name is Slag, do you remember him? Lu Fan asked with a smile. Slug. Nehru patted his head. Through the memory of the Great Elder, he remembered such a person. Is it him? The genius warrior of the Namek people? I remember that he was sent to a planet called Slug by his father. Is he named after that planet now? This little guy is really amazing. Lu Fan exclaimed, when he was very young, he defeated all the strong men on the planet Slag and proclaimed himself king. How could he become the king? Was he also corrupted by evil? Nilu frowned. Maybe. Lu Fan nodded. Supreme Kai brought him here, does he want me to keep him under guard? Neru asked. If you assimilate him, your strength will be greatly improved. Lu Fan said, this may save your planet. Nalu's eyes lit up at that moment. This, is there such a thing? That's great. It's just that I can sense that there is a lot of evil in his body. I'm afraid that after I assimilate him, I won't be able to eliminate the evil in my heart in a short period of time. Nalu said in a deep voice. Take your time. As long as you have justice in your heart, evil will always be eliminated. Lu Fan said. Assimilation requires him to be the same. Nalu said again. Why are you so long-winded? Why don't you just beat him up until he agrees? Lu Fan scolded angrily. Nehru. This method is not bad. Snap. Snap. Lu Fan stepped forward and slapped Slag twice on the face, waking him up. Slag looked confused. Who the hell are you? Do I know you? Assimilate with him, do you understand? Lu Fan pointed at Neilu who was standing beside him. Namek? Are you one of my people? Slug's eyes widened. Bang. Lu Fan slapped him again, severely injuring Slag. Slag was a little confused. I didn't provoke you, why did you hit me? Okay, now you have two choices, one is to assimilate with him, and the other is to die. Lu Fan said. Slag. There was a brief silence. Who are you? Slag asked. I am Supreme Kai, the god who upholds justice in this universe. Lu Fan said, I know everything you have done on your planet. What else do you have to say now? Supreme Kai? The god of justice in the universe. Slag was stunned again. Slug, listen to me. Our Namek is facing a crisis. An evil guy named Frisia has come to our Namek. There are not many Namek people left. They can be counted on one hand. Nehru said in a deep voice, I'd better be frank. I need your strength. Let's defeat Frisia together and save our planet. Humph, you just want to borrow my power. Slag snorted. It seems that you are unwilling, so we have no choice but to kill you. Lu Fan said, flicking his fingers lightly. Call out. A beam of destructive energy directly hit a huge rock next to Slag. Bang! The boulder turned directly into Slag and turned into quicksand in an instant. Slag was so shocked that his eyes almost popped out of their sockets. Nehru also widened his eyes, looking shocked. This Supreme Kai is so powerful. Slug was horrified. He and I are not at the same level at all. Now you can reconsider whether you want to simply assimilate with him. Lu Fan said with a smile. Slag. Assimilation means assimilation, and it is just simple assimilation. Is this matter as simple as you say? After assimilation, I no longer exist. However, Slag also knew that if he assimilated with this person, he would still be able to retain some of his own thoughts. If he destroys it, it will really disappear. Weighing the pros and cons, Slag nodded helplessly. Then I won't be polite. Nehru said, putting his hand on Slag's chest. Slag. You are so rude. Slug gritted his teeth. Hey! A ball of energy flashed on Slag's body, quickly entered Nehru's hand, and entered his body along his arm. Assimilation is almost instantaneous. Huff, huff, huff. Nehru was breathing heavily, feeling that his strength had increased significantly. Great, I feel like I have very powerful energy. Nehru laughed wildly, his face looking a little ferocious. Not bad, not bad. Lu Fan nodded with satisfaction. Humph, now let me go and destroy the universe emperor named Frisia. I want to avenge those dead Namek people. I want to tear that universe emperor into pieces. A ruthless look appeared in Nehru's eyes. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you are notified of future uploads. You can find the next parts in the playlist visible on the screen or on my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.